The cause, no. And okay, I think that men need to learn how to treat women. That would teach their sons how to act better and more responsible. I think that men need to be in their sons' lives. That would make them stronger and more responsible. However, without the presence of a man, I don't think that a lot of these boys are getting the strength that they need from their mother. I just don't, I mean, I just don't see it like that.
Good morning, Miss Diamond.
Good
I'm
morning.
also on the fence, like yes or no. And why I say yes, because the city that I live in, right, it's a lot of gun violence amongst the youth. So um, the mothers nowadays are extra tight and trying to hold on to their children, and then without the help of another parent, like the father or her siblings, if she got some, or if the father has siblings, like they said, it takes a tribe to raise one child, a village. I'm sorry, a village. So I would say yes, the women, and then they're accustomed anyway. Some of them to doing everything for their children until a certain age, instead of then showing them at an early age some of the things they need to know in the house. So I would say yes, they are raising weak boys.
So, Drea.
So I have a question.
Drea.
When y'all are using the term weak, I'm kind of curious what everyone, like what characteristics everyone is using to define that term. So when you say that single moms are raising weak boys, what are you classifying those weak boys as? What about them is making them weak in your eyes?
See, I think mainly like what are we like we're seeing today.
Or did she? Oh my God, is it
Go to
crying?
jail? Bossy Diva, did she go to jail? You know we nosy.
Wait, did who go to jail?
Or whoever in your background, somebody went to jail. Did they go?
Yeah, I'm watching the Parkers. The heck?
Okay.
I'm babysitting my grandkids and watching the Parkers. And I didn't know how to mute. I'm new to this. So I'm like, let me mute for they get to talking shit. And then I'm gonna have to turn up, and we don't want that. So yeah. No. I've been to jail, but that ain't y'all's business. But okay.
Okay. I think that a lot of women now are complaining about, the men that are the way that they are acting and responding towards women nowadays, right? And everybody is not being raised in a two parent household. Everybody's not being raised in a 2-parent household. There are a lot of single mothers. If you ask me, just my opinion, it's more single mothers out there than ever. That's just my opinion now. Okay. Um,
Let me know when I can interject, but go ahead. Because I am a single mother, 5 sons, raised them by myself with my mother. So let me know when I can, because
Yeah,
I don't want to
I'm not a
interrupt.
single mother anymore, but I was for most of my son's life. But I really am just curious, like what weak means. Like, how is it being used in this context? Is it like what specifically it is? Some of the people who've already said yes, they are weaker, like being raised by single mothers. Like what characteristics are they using to define weak? I just
I'm gonna
want
tell y'all
context a
right
little
now,
bit,
my
I
sons
guess.
are weak, and I definitely know it was because I didn't have a man in the household to raise them, and I raised my sons very tough. I was very strict. I don't have any sons that been to prison. I have been to prison. All my brothers have been to prison. My sister is a correctional officer. My mother has never been to prison. I have one son that is gay, and I was tougher on him because I didn't know what was wrong with him. And then I didn't want my kids to go out there and be punked and not be able to fight. And I was hard on him, and I apologize for it every day because I was so tough on that boy. I was so tough on him. And I ruined my boys with the toughness because I didn't want them trying me because I was raising them by myself. I didn't want them trying to raise up to me and thinking that they could put their hands on me when I started being, disciplinary towards them. But now they get with these women and they don't know how to be soft. I see them being so cruel and so mean, and they don't put their hands on their women, but they don't know how to love them. And I feel bad for that. I messed them boys up, like I really did. I'm gonna let somebody else talk now.
Thank you, Bossy Diva, for your story, honey, for sharing that, because a lot of mothers wouldn't be able to admit that, and share their story like that.
Yes, I just want to
Savannah.
applaud her for her honesty. I just want to cut in real quick and applaud her for her honesty, because you do not hear a lot of women being that honest like that. My mother is one. She raised 3 boys and I'm the only girl. So I see the difference in how she raised me and how she raised my brothers. My brother, like I have brothers that own property and things like that. And one of them is married and doing very well. And the other one own properties. He's doing very well. But it's one that she spoiled, the youngest one. And he is spoiled. He do drugs. He 35, live in her house still. He jumps on her.
Right.
Yes, he beats her. He done jumped on her. So
Woo!
yes, he jumped on her. He's on that drug called Molly. And honey, oh yes, like to me, the way my mother raised him was she just babied him a lot. Like, and I see it, but she's not like Miss Bossy. She'll never admit that, and we was raised without a father. But my other 2 brothers, like they got, they went to stay with my dad a little bit. Sometime my youngest brother never did. And my dad never really took to him, I guess, because he seen that my brother was not, I don't know why he didn't take to my brother, but it was no question about the DNA or nothing. It's just that he didn't take to my youngest brother. So my brother grew up without my youngest brother grew up without a dad, period. And so you can just see the difference. What I'm saying is that you can see the difference. And my mother felt sorry for my youngest brother. And that's what made him so weak. He's very, very, I love my brother to death, but he is very, very weak. He's the type that'll call and ask you for money. My other brothers wouldn't dare. So it's just like, yes, some mothers, not all, because you have some great Black mothers out here, great mothers, period. I'm sorry, not no color involved, but just great mothers out here. So I'm not saying that. I'm sorry.
And y'all, I wasn't about to cry. I'm just very shy. I don't really like to speak. So that wasn't me about to cry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Donna.
So I want to say this, right? Listen, right, to the topics that we have every day on my platform. I'm just speaking for over here. Okay. And we've been doing these topics now since I've been on here almost 3 years. I want to ask the single mothers, right? Please, can you guys that are raising small children, is there any way that we can put our personal differences to the side and allow these fathers to be in these kids' life?
They need them. They need them. Y'all,
I'm telling y'all, like,
we as women can't raise men. We can't.
Now listen to me. Listen to me. As a single mother, I understand about the child support. I understand how hard it is. Been there, done that. Told them damn bathrooms up in the shower, crying. Okay? I know how hard it is. I know, you know what I'm saying, when it listen, but please, y'all, because here's the thing. She's older. I'm older. My kids are grown, right? A lot of us children are grown, but we got other generations coming up. We got the grandkids coming up. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got more children coming up. So please, can we change for them? Because them boys and them girls need their fathers. It's too many women. It's too many women going through so much in life, right? Don't have no direction, no sense of direction. I didn't have none at all. Okay, it's too many of us, women and men, don't have no sense of direction, none. I'm not making it. They said don't make it seem like our mothers pushed them away, though. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. I said, can we put our differences to the side? That's what I said.
Tommy, can I chime in real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, sweetie. Let me just as a person who's been in sports coaching for probably the last, probably almost 25 years now, and been in high school situations around young men and older men, college age. It's not that the women are the blame. I think that by DNA, at least by our structure, young men need to be around men at a certain age. It comes a time, we know it in our history, a lot of our parents have said, okay, now it's time for the mama to let him go and let his father take over. And what happens, I see, or I've seen, is when that is not allowed to happen, these young men don't have boundaries. Like it's interesting, like as a man, there's certain things you won't accept. And it means after this point, we're going to throw hands when we're dealing with another man. And young men have, and that's unfortunate, but young men who aren't around men don't know where that line is. So oftentimes they cross over that line dealing with other men and other males. So what ends up happening is you get popped in the mouth and you're like, well, I ain't do nothing. He just don't like me and he hit me for nothing. No, son. You crossed that imaginary line with that man, and he felt like he had to teach you a lesson, whether it was physical, whether it was financial, whether he just cut you off, or whether he said some stuff to you that made you feel like a piece of crap. At certain points in children's lives, I found that young men who are coddled, young men who are, coddled, I guess is a deep term, but who are babied by their mothers oftentimes become weak because oftentimes they can't handle adversity. They can't handle, hey, you got cut from the team. Hey, you can't handle that girl doesn't like you. You can't handle the teacher is not gonna, let you come to class with your pants hanging down on your butt. You can't handle that teacher just doesn't like you. Sometimes you can't handle that and you can't navigate through that. So you become angry because you can't process it. And a young man who isn't articulate and doesn't know how to express his feelings is a troubled person. And we see it all the time where, hey, I'm going to say this to you, I'm going to say that to you. And then we're going to say, I'm going to pull up. We'll just pull up. As opposed to saying, you know what, bro, you have these thoughts. I have these thoughts. And we're going to just keep it moving, where we end up with gun violence with people who really over something trivial where you can't handle or
Can
regulate
I
your emotions.
interrupt you real quick? I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to go back on your point where you say that single mothers, we coddle our children. And I
Not
feel like
all
we
of them.
coddle our
Not all
children.
of them.
You,
Not
I
all
mean,
of
listen, we do, but I feel like we coddle our children to overcompensate
Right.
for the fact that their fathers aren't there.
Right.
So when we do that, you are correct. We are definitely developing weak men. I've done that with my children. Even while being tough, I rewarded them with material things because I wanted to make sure that they weren't left out in school and things like that, even when they weren't getting good grades,
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing that you can do to a child, when you don't make them appreciate the things that they have and know that they have to work for them and earn them. So
So
it trickled over into their adult life. And
I
now they're
understand
doing it
that.
with my grandchildren, and I'm trying to correct the mistakes that I made, but they don't want to listen to me because of the respect that they don't have for me, because the way that they felt that I have treated them.
Right. So let me tell you this. I heard your story, and I My heart aches for you. The other piece is that if you can't deal with the father, sometimes it's going to happen. You can't deal with the father. He's a piece of shit. You don't like him. We're oil and water. It's going to be World War III every time we're together. Fine. Put your sons or put your daughters, not necessarily around somebody you're romantic with, but let them see a male. Let them talk to your brother. Let them talk to your cousin. Find a coach, find a pastor, find something, because I'm telling you, when they don't have evidence of how a man walks through life, a positive man walks through life, and it could be, could be just Joe Blow down the street who's works at the gas station, but he comes home every day to his wife, and you see him as a regular dude. I said this the other day to somebody. We need to start celebrating regular dudes, even though it's the norm for somebody to go to work and come home, and that's what you're supposed to do: go to work, come home, take care of your family. Those type of dudes need to be celebrated, because what these kids are seeing, they're seeing rappers, they're seeing people in the movies, they're seeing athletes, and it's quick, but they don't see the process of becoming a man. They don't see, hey, this guy got a job. Hey, he's dressed in dirty jeans or whatever, but every day he comes home, every day he pays his bills, every day he brings food home to his family, every day you don't see him beating on his wife. So those are the examples that need to be, in my opinion, that need to be celebrated. I'm gonna stop jattering.
Oh, okay, feeling good. I got you. I gotta rotate. Long wait in the waiting room. But I do got these long special messages I gotta read for Cash App. A weak man, Doc's definition: emotional, running from responsibility, not trying to be the head of a family, can't take criticism without attacking or leaving, no idea of leading by example and doing what's needed, regardless of what it takes, consistently whining and feeling sorry for yourself, can't tell your woman, chill out for a minute without fighting her. I got another Cash App message. Hold on. Ooh, special message. All right. They said what Boss Diva is talking about is called overcorrecting our sons. It makes the boys toxic and disrespectful of women because of the challenges their masculinity. That's not for women to do. Boys must have masculine interaction. Boys need a strong man who will know when and how to challenge and correct the male child. When mothers must be the corrector instead of the nurturer, it makes her toxic because it's outside of her divine purpose of being the peace and love humans need to heal people in this world. We are trying to raise men, but can't pick good ones. It's hard. So we are raising our sons in survival mode. Fathers, raise your sons. Mothers, mothers, do not overcorrect them. Love them and pray they're in your strength. Drop.
Wow, that's a lot. And I was happy that the guy that left, he said that, because one thing I didn't want to hear is everybody blaming women, because some of us don't have a choice, to be a single mother. We try to bring that so-called father figure in the child's life. However, if sometimes it doesn't happen for all single mothers, and there's sometimes the single mothers are the reason why the fathers are not in the life. They push them away, child support, all the extra drama. But however, the advice given to everybody here is, even if the father's not involved, if you have brothers, you have uncles, you have whoever that is a male, to have your child, your son, around that, so he can pick up on what a man is supposed to be. So we basically saying our children, even both men, little boys and little girls, need balance of both parents, whether it's in the home or in the, if you have, you don't have the father in the household, but there needs to be a man presence. So the balance is there for both little boys and little girls. And I commend all the women admitting to their fault, because I feel like I'm doing the same. I have one child, it's a boy, and I feel the same way as all you mothers. And my son is still young. He's still young. He's not a man. He's still a child. And I'm trying for me, for my ex-husband to get involved with his son life. And it's hard. And again, it's right now he's 10 years old. He's telling me, Mom, I'm having hair in places that I can't talk to him about. I'm calling his dad like, listen, please talk to your son. Please, because I don't know what to say. Now, if it's a little girl, if I had a little girl, yes, I could easily, okay, you're going to have your period. All that stuff that mothers can talk to their daughters. But with a boy, I don't know what to do. But I hope that everybody that's listening get this message and understand you're not alone. But as mothers and fathers, even brothers, let's get involved in these kids' lives that don't have the fathers in there. And mothers, let the men actually do what they're supposed to do and father their child.
So I got a Cash App message. She said, my son's father doesn't pay child support. Okay. And I still take him every weekend to spend time with his father. Arthur or Kelvin, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell a lady before she dropped with her 10-year-old son that I believe she can do it because, one, she's a female, she knows a man. She just had to learn how to articulate to her son what's going on with him. You know what I mean? Because it's just like raising a girl, right? And I would say the advice to the men, learn to become complete by articulating yourself when it comes to women. Not that you go back and forth, because women are very articulate. They'll tell you, like we hear so much in these relationships, that men don't know how to say what they need to say, but the women are saying it for them. So this is why they have a lot of conflict in their relationships. So women also, again, give the man the ability to learn how to articulate. Not that y'all go back and forth and argue, but that his point can be made and heard out, and that we can learn and fix things so we can begin to develop and have these healthy relationships where the men are in the house and not outside of the house.
Okay, can I go next, Diamond?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Diamond. Good morning, comments. I just think that listening to this conversation sometimes, I know that the goal, y'all say, is not to bash women, but essentially that's what it feels like it becomes. Even when we make statements like what Arthur just saying, like, let a man or do this or do that. These is grown men we talking about. It's a choice to want to be in your child's life. Nobody's putting a pew pew to your head and saying you don't have access to my baby. So I guess I never understood why there's so much responsibility on the mother to not only take care of the child, but to also encourage a man to take care of his child as well, when she's already doing enough work for everybody. And then to the question about raising a weak man, I mean, I've spoken this before. Sometimes, yes, a lot of women do. There's a difference between nurturing and loving on your child, and then there's a difference from enabling and coddling. And what we see a lot of times in our community is a bunch of coddling, a bunch of enabling. The daughters are being raised and the sons are being loved. When we get older, we're trying to teach people. A lot of us women have had to raise somebody else's son all over again. Teach him to take care of his kids, teach him how to treat a woman. It's repetitive. So to an extent, yes, there is a lot of women that are creating weak men because they're afraid to put their foot down because either A, some of them have emotional incest. They think they son is a man. Some of them feel like, well, I was raised, I've heard some of the elders say, we taught to love our sons and raise our daughters, what I just mentioned. So there is a disconnect in the community. However, I think the main focal point needs to more so be in these topics, not so much why are women raising weak sons, but where are their daddies? Like that, like I think we come down on women so hard. Why are their dads not around? And when you ask a lot of these men that they go to court, they don't have any answer. So how bad do you want to be in your kid's life? Or is it just about a pity party and saying that a woman is bitter? And I'm gonna mute up and let somebody else speak.
Okay, so I got a Cash App message. They said some women are bitter if the dad is with another woman.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Diamond. This is my first time in your panel.
morning.
Good morning, you guys. So I'm a single mom. My son, and if I don't have a dog in this fight, y'all could drop me. But I am a single mom. I am 35 years old. My son is 16. But I grew up as the older sister, and those who know that when you're the older sister to you two younger brothers with a single mom, a lot of that responsibility it becomes yours. So my mom did raise weak boys. Both of my brothers are not successful. They're not really doing anything, whereas I am in a career. I'm actually starting a business. I launch my business next week. And my son, who I am raising by myself, in a sense, because we're in the same household, his dad does contribute financially with no child support. Now, with that being said, how I raise my son, we've had our bouts. When you have a teenager, you know, them boys, they try to rebel. But I've incorporated therapy, a lot of praying, but I talk to my son. I don't treat him as if he's a man of the house because he's not. I'm the woman of this house. I pay all the bills. It's my grunt. But I also teach him how to fix things. When things in the house are broken, I incorporate everyday life skills into our life. Now, it does become hard where it does become hard to raise a strong young man, but you also have to talk to these boys. You have to see where their heads are. You have to see how they feel about silly things like going to school and see. My son went through a bout where he didn't want to go to school. He didn't want to go to work. He didn't, and he has a job. He's 16 with a job. He didn't want to do anything. And I looked towards his dad, the men he worked with at the barber shop. I look towards my father because I know that as a woman, I cannot raise a man by myself. I cannot turn him into a man because I'm a woman, even though I was the only girl in the house. So I say this to say this, each case is a case by case thing. I can't say that, you know, if my son's father wasn't in his life, he would be weak, but my son is a very strong-minded kid. He does what he has to do every day. He gets up by himself 5 a.m. in the morning. He gets himself out the door. It is a case by case thing, and we should not blame the mom.
Can I ask you something, Dana?
Yeah, sure.
So when I hear people say raised men, but I've dated men who were raised by single mothers.
Case by case.
Right, case by
Depends on the
case.
kid.
I
Case
know,
by
but I
case.
mean, go ahead, finish. I wasn't done. Go ahead.
Case by case, because I ended up with my type of son. I did not end up with my brothers. One of my brothers, he's very, I love my brothers so much. I do. I love them dearly. But one of them, he has no respect for me. I'm his big sister and he doesn't listen to me. He doesn't take advice. And then I have the baby brother who I practically raised because we have almost a 11-year gap, who does not know how to manage his money. But in the same breath, not to throw Mom Dukes under the bus, she gave up. And I had this conversation last night with my son. My mother gave up the fight. She did not fight for my brothers. Whereas me, I fought tooth and nail. I got in the parking lot with my fist up to fight with my son to keep him on the right path. Some women give up. Some women, they're so tired of chasing them boys running around in the streets, the gang banging. That's the brother who's in the streets. It's a case by case thing. It is. It's because I got two brothers right now. They suck. I love them, but they suck. But Chris, my son, I don't want to say his name, but he's not going down that path. My son wants to be a lawyer. He's taking law classes in high school now. His decisions, nothing. I don't want to be a lawyer. I grew up in Newark. I grew up in the hood. I don't want no lawyers, no cops. I come from that mentality. but it's a case by case basis when it comes to these kids, and incorporate whatever your religion is, incorporate it in, but don't smother them with religion. Also,
That's fair, Dana.
therapy plays. I'm in therapy. My son is in therapy. My son's father really doesn't believe in therapy, but he supports the cause. It has to be a unit. And like I said, I'm a single mom in my household. I am a single mom in my household. My son's father lives in a completely different state. He helps out financially when he can, but it's just me. It's a case by case basis, Alex. It's not every situation is the same. Okay, guys, I'm getting social anxiety, so I'm gonna mute.
Okay, let me come in. Good morning, everybody. I got a quick question for all you God-fearing people. And good morning to the host, and good morning to the beautiful ladies in the panel in the comments. You're the most precious beings of the mankind.
Dana, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Bernie. Can I just say this really quick, and I'm gonna
You
let
sure
you go.
can. Come on in, honey.
Thank
I'm gonna
you so
stop.
much.
I'm
I
gonna yield to
appreciate
you,
that.
baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Let me go mute.
Thank you. I just want to say to Dana real quick. I think you did a great job. I know you said you had social anxiety, but you delivered that beautifully. The only reason that I mentioned it is because I hear a lot of people say that women can't raise men. And in my experience, I've dealt with a lot of men. Not a lot of men, that's because I know how y'all get, but I've dealt with men that have been raised by single mothers who treated me phenomenally, right? They were phenomenal in how they treated me. Whereas I was dealing with people from two-parent households who some of those men would be viewed as a scum of the earth for how they treat women. So that's why I just be a little taken aback when people say single mothers raise, horrible people or bad boys or this and this and that. But some of these motherfuckers been living with two parents their whole life, and they're the worst thing to touch the ground.
It is case by case.
Right,
You're
that's where I
absolutely
agree
right.
with you.
I've seen it. I've dated guys. My last relationship, he was in a two-parent household, and he treated me like crap, and I allowed it though. I allowed it, and my son saw it. So it is a case by case basis, and you can. And I'm not saying from my own experience. I know coming from a household with no men and watching my mom tussle with my brothers and still failing with them. That's just my view on it. I reached out to every help possible. I reached out to neighbors. I reached out to my son works in a barbershop, and every last one of those men, even down to some of the clients, he's a straight A student. So it is a case by case basis. But moms, we have to get therapy. We got to get therapy. We got to let some of that toxic energy go, that man hate go. We got to let it go. We got to be single for a while and love on ourselves and let it go, because we cannot raise our children. And that's not daughters too, because we raise some weak ass daughters too. We're going to go there too. But we got to raise our children with some therapy, We cannot do this just off of vibes and coffee. We can't work 3 jobs off of vibes and coffee and not know our children. We have to put in the work as moms.
Hey,
I have a quick question, and I'm gonna go. Just a quick question. Good morning,
Okay.
everyone. I'm just trying to figure out something here because a gentleman said this earlier, but let's say you do celebrate. Let's say you identify in your community a good man, and you celebrate this good man over the years, and you celebrate him being a positive dad. But then you come to find out that after all these celebrations, then he's maybe got TD Jake characteristics. He got power bottom things going on. Not that there's anything wrong, but but you celebrate this person who you assume was a good. So I always think that the connotation about the good man, the positive man, we don't know. We only know what, like, in my community, they think I'm the best man alive, but I'm not. Then also, if there's a God, why would God create such a travesty of putting a man into these women's lives, impregnate you, and then maybe removing the man either by way of expiration, or he just remotely disappears like myself? And then what happens to these men like myself who become ruthless as kids? And I remember I used to steal from my stepfather. I steal his car. I would tie him up sometime and rob him. I would steal his tires. He like an Vogue Cadillac tires. I would steal those tires and sell them to somebody else. What makes a person? That's not upbringing in a household. That's a person who decided to step out on his own manufacturing moment and be that person. So my point of fact is that maybe it's not so much that single mothers are to blame, and then if you take the single mother, maybe she is not able to articulate what you think should be articulated to the child she's raising, and that would be a learning issue or an issue where there's not any type of behavioral mechanisms that she's been bestowed upon her children, which would be like some type of proactive teaching. And I think that's where your problem is, that there's not enough proactive teaching. But I don't know if single mothers are actually to blame for what you call weak men, because there's a weakness within all of us. And then there's weaknesses that a lot of you don't even know we have, but we do have them. So
It
all men
becomes
could
to
possibly,
me,
so all men could be
poetic,
weak. So all your men could be really, yes, ma'am.
it could be case by case. I told you, my mom, she gave up.
Mhm.
She gave up on my brothers.
Yes.
She did not
Well,
put in that fight for them. She did not go to the school and make
Can
sure
I
she
ask
did
you, what do
not
you mean by
put in
fight?
the
Go
fight.
ahead.
She did not put up a fight. She just allowed one of my brothers, she allowed him to just continue to run in the streets. She did not go yoke him up, get him in school. She knew he was skipping school. She did not put up a fight. Sometimes and some others do put up a fight, but I'm only going off of my, like my mom,
sure,
she parented me and loved on my brothers.
sure.
So I had to make straight A's. I had to go to school every day. I had to do everything. And she did do the best she can. I'm looking at the comments. She did. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus, but I do feel like when it was crucial that when my brothers needed a male figure, she did not implement that. She did not implement that. And when they got in trouble, she did not fight for them.
So Dana, hold on 1 second, babe. Were your boys or the oldest?
I am the oldest.
Okay. And your brothers, the one, which child did she start having problems with?
The middle child, the middle one.
Okay, so she wasn't as hard on him.
No,
as she was on you.
Never, even till this day. She still coddles him till this day. Till this day.
All right. Go ahead. And it's only 2 of y'all.
It's 3 of us. There's a baby boy, and he sucks just as bad. He sucks. He doesn't know. She didn't teach him how to manage. He's grown, but we're all grown. But she did not teach him how to manage his money. He's a great father. That's one thing. But she gets mad at him because he doesn't know how to do these things. And I go, well, mom, who was supposed to teach him? Who was supposed to teach him how to manage his money and help him navigate through life? She did not do that. So one, she coddled heavily, and the other
question for
one,
you.
she just forgot about. Like the baby, she's like, oh, and now he's grown and he's asking for help, and she's like, oh my God, why does he know? He doesn't know because you didn't teach them, but you made me learn. She pushed it all on me. I had to.
Y'all have the same father?
We all have different dads. I'm not blaming my mother for anything. I love her, but she did not fight hard enough for me. Coming from a mother's raising a young black, fight hard enough. But she will.
Dana, what if your mom perceived you to be the stronger of the what's the word I use? Of the,
she does. She
okay, yeah. So that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
so less time will be spent on you, because why? It's almost like it's almost like when women say they need to protect men. Well, why do you need to protect a man when generally men should protect themselves? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's almost like your mom looked at like, I don't need to take care of her too much because she's got things moving in the right direction and she listens.
Right.
I got to look at these 2 other characters, and I'm not saying 3 other characters. I don't know your brother's man on the moon, but I'm saying, so sometimes, and that's what happens in families. Families will avert from the strongest and try to maneuver the weak as best as possible, but they know that the weak will never be as strong as the ones they see.
And that is our situation. Like my mom we have these conversations. Like she says it all the time, but think how draining it is for the strong one. Think how draining it is to always have to be the one who never gets in trouble, who can't never have a misstep.
Dana, that's a good quality. You got to be great every day, right? You should.
Can I ask you a question, Dana?
Yeah.
You should never have a bad day, Dana.
Yeah.
So when you say your mom didn't fight for them, and she didn't go out in the streets and go pick them up when they was running the streets, like, do you not know how draining that was for her?
No, I do understand that. Listen,
hold on, let me finish. So, like, the fact that that was draining for her. If she would have chased behind them, fought for them in the way that I think you're saying it, then she would have lost jobs. Then who would have took care of y'all? So just like you're saying, she didn't fight for them. The conversation should be, why didn't they daddy fight for them just as well as you're saying?
Absolutely right. You are absolutely right. It's like I said, it's a case by case, and those daddies was not there. None of our fathers was.
So you guys,
that's not her job as a parent. That's one of her jobs as a parent. But then if she would have lost her job, let's be real, because the way she's talking about the oldest one, like she said he was in the streets, he was wild, she gonna chase after him and then lose her job, and then y'all will be on here talking about, well, she shouldn't have been. She should have let him go. She should have.
So let me ask you a question, because I just saw it in the comments. How much of a fight do you think she was supposed to have? Or at one point, like, hold on, social anxiety. How much do you think she should have fought? Like, my thing is, we didn't live that far from the projects he was selling drugs from. We was right around the corner. My mom worked right around, small town. So she tried, but I feel like after a certain age, she did not try enough. She did not try enough. She didn't sacrifice her personal time to go chase my brothers, because my
man is, it should have been more so the way you came up here and said she didn't fight. It should have been they didn't fight, because they both made.
Y'all, let me read this Cash App message. A special message. It says, stop comparing yourself to your mom, Dana. You hit one child. You had one child. She has 3. Your struggle is not the same. She was tired doing it for all 3 kids.
She did it financially, but not emotionally. She was there, but not there. So, like,
do you know how much emotions goes behind raising 3 different kids? Like Uncle Bert said, Uncle, you was, okay, but so you didn't have. Hold on, but you didn't have them. Like that message.
I mean, let her speak on her situation.
Hold on, because now you got to hear it. I'm the only sister that lived in a small town. I would have to leave my middle school class to go over to the elementary school next door to go chase my brother in the hallway, because my mom, of course, she could not leave work. I was present and picking up after school. I did the brunt of the work. So I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm not trying to throw my mom under the bus, but she raised with some weak ass boys. They're weak. At the end of the day, they're weak. And this is my story. I can only tell my side, and it is a case by case basis. She tried to treat all of us the same, where the middle child needed a little bit more loving and affection, and the younger one probably needed something totally different. She did not parent us. She parented all of us, 2 of them the same and 1 different. Let's just put it like that.
I have a question. Maybe an idea. Maybe if we could have the good woman, 2 good women come up and identify, like, or not have a chart, what are the good properties of what they had in a good man, and what are the properties that were not so good in a man that was only raised by a single mother, and contrast them. Because I'm thinking that it won't be that much of a difference. The only thing that will be difference is that there'll be maybe some teaching dynamics that didn't occur in the family, or what the young lady Dana is saying, that maybe there was a breakdown in too many children and not enough parenting to go around, and so therefore she is the strongest child. So then parenting matters, and that happens, unfortunately. But
that's what's missing, Bernie. That's what's missing.
Can I say something now?
But that's all I was saying, because I
well,
agree with
sir,
what
you can say
said,
something.
Uncle
You pay
Bernie.
$5. You can say something, sir.
I was saying I agree. I wasn't, Dane, I wasn't trying to invalidate your experience at all, but I was agreeing with what Uncle Bernie said about you being the strongest and them being different kids. Like, we tend to say we raised our children the same, but we also have to realize they are different people and they have different personalities. So there's no way possible that you can raise them the same. You think you're raising them the same, but those are 2 different people. I have 2 children myself, and boy, when I tell you they are totally 2 different people, I cannot raise them the same. I can't even love them the same, because they're 2 different people. They need 2 different things.
Hey, Cloud, can I say something real quick? I'm gonna go. But let me ask you this. I would say this. If we look at something that we've all seen over the past couple of weeks, we've seen men implicate women, right? In different veracities of life. But the funny part is that there's also a common denominator. Somebody identified to me among those men that implicated the women, and that they had admitted to having been SA'd as children. My question would be, what about those men that implicate women? Are they considered weak constantly, or were they weak in the moment when they implicated men? I mean, implicated women, excuse me. You know, so like, so are you, so is the weakness constant, or is it only when you do something that's either discovered or goes against the grain of what the norm would like to see?
I guess I'm confused about the correlation of that question to the topic.
Well, because it goes back to the weakness. To me, when you implicate something, there's a weakness that interferes. So my question would be again, does that weakness associate itself with the possible process of a single mom raising men?
So are you asking essentially, are people that doing those type of things to women is because of being raised by a mother, and that's why they're being weak men by their actions.
It's a thought. Yeah, it's a thought and a question. Does it segue
No, that
into
goes back
what?
to what I was trying to tell you earlier, is that I think that it doesn't matter whether it's a single home or a two-parent household. It's more so about how the social constructs, about the gender, how people, I guess, the complex, like how, the way that people perceive gender, and that the way that they execute those things. Because people raise boys a certain way because of what they think men should be like. Same thing for girls. So I don't think it matters if it's a single household or a two-parent household. It's
Yeah,
based on
'cause
people's ideologies and what they think boys and girls should be raised like.
there
Well,
could be
thank
a
you for your
two-parent
response. I'm
household.
gonna get my box up to a woman so another
Kelvin,
woman
hold
come in
on a
and talk on the
second.
subject. I'm gonna let a
There
woman come
could
in. Diamond,
be.
thank you for your time, ladies, on your panel and everything. Thanks for fellowshipping.
Yes, thank you,
Bye,
Diamond.
Uncle
You guys
Brandon.
have a good day.
Bye.
I'm gonna watch downstairs.
Bye,
All right.
Dana. It could be a two-parent household, and let's say that man is mistreating the woman in the house. That child is also watching that, which is why I often don't understand the correlation between a single mom, a single dad, and then a two-parent household. It's all about the temperament in the household, the emotional regulation, and you paying attention to what your child needs. I know for me, my brother needed extra love. He had a lot of loss growing up, and he was very close to our Nana. When she passed away, I feel like, yeah, my mom loved on him. She gave him all the love she could, but at the same time, he needed extra help. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes these kids, they need extra help, especially the little boys, because they're growing up, they're feeling all these emotions. There's a lot of stuff going on around them, and they don't know what to do. My mom had to intervene one time because we lived in Baltimore, so it was a lot of gangs and stuff like that, and some of them had approached my brother to try and initiate him. Came home, told my mom, she stepped in, she talked to who she needed to. It's just like sometimes as parents, we have to do the extra work. My son is going to be 2. I'm like I'm dreading when he gets to those teenage years where his emotions are like full force, and he may, hopefully not, he may act out, or etc. And I would have to step in and give that extra help. We can't do everything, whether it's one parent or two parents. Sometimes your child needs professional help. Sometimes those kids just need extra attention. Taking your child out on the weekend for some ice cream, sit down, talk to me. What's going on? How's your day going? What's going on at school? Are you running into any problems with the people that you're talking to around you? Just stuff like that. Like, I don't think, yeah.
So I got a Cash App message. They said, let's talk about what men are doing for young boys.
Exactly.
That's
Next,
a good.
something now?
Go ahead. They're not setting the example. I don't think a lot of men these days are setting the example. They're not setting the example.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to be rude and just drop. I was just going to say thank you, Diamond, for letting me come up. Thank you, and you guys have a blessed day. Thank you, guys.
Right, man. Have a good one.
I don't know how to drop myself though.
I
I've
got
been
it.
trying to
I
drop.
got it. I got it.
All right. The reason I sent the request and came up is because the statement that a single mom can raise a strong man, or the person raise men who are weak, seems to be a fact, but not true. Because I was raised by a single mom, and I want to share my experience, how my mom actually taught me and made me strong. How actually taught me to be confident in myself. I remembered when my dad discontinued the relationship with my mom when I was age 12. From there, I was 20 of age. I was in schooling. My mom would ask me to go look for a job. I asked her why, not because she was not financially stable. She asked me to go look for a job. I asked her why. She said I have to take care of my 2 siblings, my female siblings. Really, I said yes. Then I went to look for a job. Each time I'm paid my stipends at the end of the month, my mom would say, go and ask your kid sister what they want. I will go there. They will tell me they want to get a new bag. I'll say, a new bag. So for 1 month, you want to get a new bag with my stipend. My mom would say, give it to them. I did that for good 1 year. Then my mom would go behind me and collect the money from my siblings. And I was asking my mom, what's the reason for this? She said she wanted me to understand that I should be able to take care of responsibilities when I grow up because my dad was no more there at that point. Now I'm 5 years in marriage. I understand that, yes, responsibilities are not something I should run away from or shy away from. I'm responsible and I'm confident in myself. I was taught by my mom. So the statement that women can only raise, single mom can raise weak men seems to be fact, but not really true. It all depends on the person raising you. There are women who understand how to take care of a man, how to raise a man. Because if I'm training my kids right now, my son, what I should teach him is how to be confident on himself, how not to shy away from responsibilities. And that was the things my mom told me. No, I'm not a weak person. I'm confident and I understand I should take responsibilities of my actions and everything involving my life. So I was taught by my mom and I was raised properly. I have good family orientation. I was taught by my mom. So women can actually raise men to be strong and not to be weak.
Okay, speaking to
Go ahead, ma'am.
mine instead of and speaking to your daughter's heart works a lot better with raising kids in a household because a man is going to have to lead with his mind in a household in life. You know, they have to see the bigger picture before a woman who's going to raise kids, and she needs to learn how to love them and nurture them. So when you speak to your son's mind, instead of you don't want them to be the typical Black kids, of course, you know, in the streets or pregnant at a young age, or that's stereotypical things that happens in our Black communities. So me as a single mom, my son, I'm raising his mind up. So I want him to build his thinking, as that's all I can do for him as a mother. You know, I only can speak to his mind and show him that he can be the best him in this world. And far as my daughter, I want her to be the same as well, but I want her to know how to love herself and guide herself in this world. Because a lot of young girls are out here looking for love when they don't have a father. You know what I'm saying? So I teach my daughter to love herself first. And I teach my son to think with his mind first. And that's all I came up here to say, Diamond. Thank you.
Thank you, babe.
Hey, family, check this out, right? Everybody can go personal and say I, but that's just a one-off. But if we're speaking in a majority session or a majority mindset, then the damn nuclear family is the best way to go, because in a nuclear family, 9 times out of 10, the man is teaching a child how to navigate and how to deal with life, as far as, you know, when you get out my house, you need to blah blah blah, so on and so forth. A woman is teaching a child how to cope with the things that they're dealing with. Like, okay, you're dealing with a bully, or you're dealing with this, that, and the other. Your father's gonna be like, you know, you need to buck up and knock this mother scooter out. As to where your mother is gonna be like, oh, okay, wow, they said this and they said that. Well, you know, you better than that. You stronger than that, so on and so forth. If a 2-parent homes are just simply better as far as a majority, everybody can have their one-offs and say that, okay, well, I this and I that. But there's no single right answer. So what I'm saying might not apply to all. But if we go on the majority, then the majority of people will be better with a mother and a father than just a mother or a father.
Good morning, Diamond and Panel.
Good morning.
I was at that, but it depends on, like she said, the situation. If you have a bad father in the house, a bad example. As me as a single mother, my child, they're up in age now, 43 and 36, 38. I lost a son at 38 because of epilepsy, but I taught those children, 2 boys, 2 girls, 36 now, 38. They every day, like she said, when they go out, you don't know, they don't come with instructions. But the way the world is, as Black men, you do worry about them police pulling them over and all the things you shouldn't have to worry about, you do. But you as a Black mother have to teach those boys too, because nobody else as a man figure outside of uncles, friends and family that can teach them. So you as a mother become that other absent parent automatically. There's no automatically you become too that you have to teach those boys to be strong.
Miss Sassy, Miss Sassy, I'm so sorry for your loss. No parent should have to go through losing their child. That's extremely sad. However, any parent, whether it be the father,
Doc, if you jump your behind over people one more time.
she asked me a question, so I was responding. If that's cool.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
The ghetto.
Miss Sassy, is I was trying to say that if we put a bad parent, whether it be the mother or the father, in the scenario, of course we're going to have a bad outcome. But I'm not talking about bad outcomes. I'm talking about if we can get two adults, a male and a female, who can love on each other, who can get along, who can be friends as well as lovers, and be married in a committed relationship, then that is the best scenario to raise a child. I mean, if I'm wrong, then okay, cool, but that's how I see it. Yeah. And again, I am always the kind of person who say that the way I think is not the only way to think, but that is how I think, and that is sincerely what I believe.
I thank God that they okay. Thank you for that. My son, he lived a great life. You know, the epilepsy is something he couldn't control. But as they was growing, police kept them on, you know, keep them busy. Like she said, pray about it, give them, you know, stay with their mind, to stay that you're this, that you're good, that you're a man, that you're gonna have children. And they grew up and they have kids. I have lovely grandchildren. You know, I thank God by me being a single mother to hear all the bad stuff that wasn't my story, like you said. I thank God that wasn't my story for me and young men that I raised. And they did really, and they are doing really well, all my children. But as a single mama, it was hard. And you're right. You should pray for your kids, not worry about them, and keep them on your heart when you take them off your lap, because you don't know what the world is out there doing. So, but you do have to continue to condition their mind for any and everything.
Can I make?
Oh, Diamond, thank you for letting us discuss this. Hey, do you mind? Do you want to go, or is it okay if I go?
You can go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay.
Remind me down.
So, oh, I'm sorry, fine.
Okay, let me just say this, and I'm gonna drop. I think I don't believe women can raise men alone, not alone. But the nuclear family only works if both parents are mentally healthy. I feel like boys need a positive male role model to learn how to regulate their emotions. Wait, you get me? I don't hear Diamond.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Queen. Hey, Queen and Mother.
Hey.
Queen, baby, I really want to hear what you got to say.
Oh, child. Hey, Doc, how you doing, beloved?
Hey, Queen, baby, they paid to drop you.
Already?
Well, this one particular person said that she was gonna do it every time you came in the box.
Oh,
I don't.
that's sensitive. So do I get my final last words before I drop? Yeah, they drop me every time I come in here, honey. She hates me. I'm so glad my name is on your lips more than the dick in your house. But I appreciate that $30 cash app to Diamond. Thank you so much, because you know who I am, but I don't even know who you are. But that's great. Let me get these final words into Doc. Beloved, so you say the nuclear family is important, correct? Great. Immediately no, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? If the nuclear family should be important to Black women, we would not have been taken away from our babies to raise their children. That's number one. Number two, we couldn't even be stay-at-home mamas because there were laws passed at the beginning of the 1900s that forced us to work, that took us away from our families. We had to raise the little Wahite babies, and we couldn't. Number three, not every case are both parents good parents. There's always one that got that one toxic trait that we don't.
Hold on, Queen. 1 second. Y'all ruthless up in here today. Queen, honey, they paid to keep you, right? But this time they paid, you can't be dropped. You can't be dropped after that. After this, they paid to keep you, so nobody else can send no more cash apps to drop her. Okay, y'all. So,
But you know what? I believe in capitalism. Beloved. I believe in capitalism, but if they want to pay you 5 bands to drop me, I will take this hit for you
yeah, but
because
we
I
got
believe in capitalism.
we max
Get your
you out.
coins, boo-boo.
But they max you out though.
Oh,
Yeah, they max you out.
dang.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
since
know
you're saying
whose
it's still my
spirit I
turn.
am.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So why I say what I mean by nuclear family, we're just saying mom and dad are both in the home and both are mentally healthy. Both kids, male or female, need to see that dynamic because the guys need a positive role model to learn how to regulate their male emotions. Because gentle parenting from one parent can make them quote unquote soft. Strict parenting from mom can break them or make the guys bitter. Because mom's intro to the baby is the nurturer to begin with. And for the kids, it's hard to mentally separate nurturer from disciplinarian. If the nurturer is also the disciplinarian, that is confusing to the sons, which is why we end up with soft boys or bitter incels or guys who do not respect women. So I agree with the woman that said most of the time the mom tries to overcompensate for the absence of the father or just give up because she's overwhelmed and focused on working. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Okay, so done.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So
And people are saying, what about the girls? The topic is boys, men, raising men.
so the original question came from a mom who is actually looking for help. So I take in consideration that this parent is still listening, Diamond. Is that correct? So this is a parent who is in real life listening to us, give this feedback. And the question, her final question to Diamond was, do women raise weak men? I don't know if she can communicate with you because I do think that's a really vague question. Because you could also ask, do men raise weak women? Do women raise weak women? Do men raise weak men? So I think the question within itself is vague. However, I think if the mom is doing the best that she can, you can you can raise a unbalanced male, but I would never consider the child itself or the male itself, even once fully developed, to be considered weak just because he's missing a few pieces from the puzzle box. Um, and when one person is there, just like Miss China said, the child can be confused when this person who's disciplining you is also the person who is loving you. It can be very confusing. We saw research, we saw studies, but for those of us that are in the home, such as myself and others around, because we can only gather data from the people closest to us, because we can always debate statistics, but let's just look at least 50 people around us. We can see where the imbalance comes, and people say, oh, your child may do you like that, but your child won't do me like that. Of course, because the child is getting a different experience from the person's side of the home. So to answer my question is, the mom can't raise a weak man. When the mom is choosing to stay, she has to do the work. However, even if she's incapable of doing the work for whatever reason, she can only raise an unbalanced child. The child can never be considered weak. I think absent fathers are raising weak children. Absent fathers are raising weak men. The person who decides to leave, because what I feel like the most, the child needs a support system and a team. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mother father dynamic versus a mother mother versus a father father versus a grandmother auntie. However, because it's gonna sound like I'm contradicting, but I'm not. A child imagery matters, right? So what a child keeps seeing often can put some kind of imprint on their brains. So the work you're doing in the house matters, but if your child only sees their image in a negative way, that can impact the child to a large extent. So if you see, I once lived in a hood where every time we went to the store, there were guys at the corner store every single time. I had to get out of there because I, my the way my middle son was acting, like, I'm from Moncrief. You like, bro, no, this is not okay. Like, this is not okay. He used to be like, yeah, mom, remember that time we had to jump on the floor? But he'd be like, Flo. I'm like, yeah, okay. So it is up to me to identify when it's time for me to change my child's environment. However, if the mother, again, I'm just gonna say this, if the mother is doing the work, no, she can't raise a weak man. And I do think it's important to hear, like we heard from the guy who said he was raised from a single mother. It's important to hear from the guys, their testimonies, to hear them say, yeah, my mom raised me and I'm not weak. However, when they speak, we can align the facts and say, okay, yeah, he lying. Because, it's many guys we see who are raised with two parents who just aren't, they just not cutting it. So again, how will we even define weak in this moment? And I land my plane.
Public defender, honey, chime in, babe.
Hey, how you guys doing? I just wanted to say that. So the whole idea that women can't raise strong men is typically a ploy to control women and to make women to like guilt women into staying in toxic relationships with men who don't deserve them anymore. Because I mean, logically, it doesn't make any sense. People can raise people. We're all human beings. It's not it's not a gender-based thing, right? So a lot of times you will hear typically you hear from men like, oh, like a woman can't raise a man or whatever, which is a weird statement because why not? And secondly, even when a man is in the home, the women are still doing the vast majority of the child. So even what's the like? What is where's all this like tutelage coming from the men? Even when the men are there, the women spend twice as much time with the children on average, right? That's like just that in and of itself. And then also this like notion when people talk about this, we act like every single man or the majority of men that are in the homes are like healed and happy, and we know that that's not true, right? Like we know, we just based on the numbers, we know that most men aren't healed and happy and contributing equally in the home. So what is the purpose? And I mean, I know the purpose because I said it, but I'm saying to those who keep like trying to push this lie, like what is the purpose and keep trying to lie to like play in our faces and be like, oh, women can't raise a man and all that type of stuff. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like just give it up. Like my suggestion is just to be like a better person, like be a better man. And then you could, you know what I mean? Like, and then it would make sense. Like, and then the statement would be, it'll be true. You can make the statement true, but right now it's, men aren't typically fathers, men, whoever, when we're in these situations, we're not healed, we're not healthy. And this notion that having two parents in the household just means automatically the household is going to be better is weird because that's not what it means. Like if two parents are in a household and one parent is healed and one parent isn't, the household is going to be messed up. If you're in a household and both parents are messed up, the kids are going to be messed up. Like that, we know that. If anybody has had a two-parent household for any extended period of time and their parents were dysfunctional, how did you turn out? Are you functioning okay? Do you not have any trauma from that? Of course not. How many times have we heard or seen or been in situations where parents were together for 19, 20 years and then they waited, quote unquote, till the kids got grown and they got divorced. The kids was like finally, because they knew the marriage was over when they was 5 years old. But now, like there's no need in us keeping up this facade. You know what I mean? Like if the situation is untenable, leave and pay for them babies. Leave and make sure they, provide the money for them. Like at the very least, like to me, that's what I think is the best case scenario in a lot of these situations.
Can I his response, if you don't mind?
Mm-hmm.
So just to piggyback off what he's stating, because I am a child that is from a two-parent household. And for a certain period of time, my father was the only single parent that was raising me.
for a certain period of time. My mama went off and did her thing, but eventually she came back and I became a two-parent household. And as if I just to piggyback a little bit off what he stated, there were damages done to us, even being in a two-parent household. Whereas I have two younger siblings who don't know nothing about life. They threw us to the wolves. Their first three children, they threw us to the wolves to defend for ourselves in advice of teaching us the grimy, how the way the world works. Whereas our two younger siblings, they chose to coddle them. They chose to be more lenient on them. Whereas now they're trying to figure out life and trying to figure out how to go about life where they don't really know much about life. So I understand what he's saying in regards to, okay, well, there are single mothers out there who are raising kids, who are raising sons, and they're becoming disobedient and being whatever to the world. But what can you say to parents who are raising single sons? Because I am a single mother in my household. Although my son's father is in his life, in my household, I am a single mother. So how can I go about doing things differently, as you guys are saying? Because I am a single mother. How can I manage life and raise my son to be a better version that you guys are saying that he is supposed to be as a single mom?
Can I respond to that? I got I was raised by a single mother personally, and I don't like to get personal when it comes to these situations because I don't think it's necessary. But I will tell you that just from my observation and having sons, I don't think it's any different. Even though I'm in with my wife and we are raising our sons, I think the same. You know how to be a good human being. Those are the things that you need to pass on to your son. Like I don't believe that it should be any different. The things that you teach, for the most part, I don't think there should be any difference between the things that you teach to your daughters, the things that you teach to your sons. Like, why are you teaching? Now, I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying it to the people that act like these situations should be gender based or based in sex. It's like if I had a daughter, I would tell my daughter, like somebody said, like, oh, I teach my daughter to control her emotions, and I teach my son to use his mind or something like that. I'm like, why wouldn't you teach them both the same thing? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm teaching my son, I'm telling my daughter, like, hey, think logically, be a critical thinker, blah, 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 blah. And I'm teaching my son, be a critical thinker, think logically. Like, I'm gonna do the same thing. You want to teach your sons how to be, you want to tell your sons how to be a good person, have some good characteristics, good traits, you know what that means. And then you also, as a man, I'll tell you, don't coddle them. That's my personal whatever. Like, don't coddle your sons. You know what I mean? Like, don't be making like, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't mean don't be like I gotta be hard on you because the world gonna be hard on you. Like not that. That's abusive. But just don't coddle them, let them know when they go wrong or whatever the case may be. And make sure that because the world is gonna raise your sons no matter what. That's the messed up part. It's the world, the misogyny is so insidious that it's hard for any parent to negate the effects of society on their children, right? But misogyny specifically is really hard to negate as a woman when it comes to your sons, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. So you have to really combat the misogyny. You have to see it as it crops up and chop it down like every single time, right? If it's like, oh, that's that's for girls, and like these little shit like that I well, my son, like anytime my son says stuff like that, I gotta be like, well, why is that? And we gotta unpack it. And then eventually he starts going like, no, that's okay. Like girls can wear purple and boys can wear purple and whatever, just stuff like that. It's a little things early, and then just getting them into the habit of trying to understand why they think the way that they think. And I don't think enough parents in general, men or women, I don't think we do that enough with our kids. We don't treat our kids like human beings. We infantilize them, until they turn teenagers or some shit like that. It's weird.
Public, how old are your sons?
8 and 11.
And you don't think it's any different with raising girls?
No, I mean, outside of talking to them about, what do you mean? I mean, I'm saying with the characteristics of what I'm of being a good person, there's no difference. Like, what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference between being a good man and being a good woman?
Like regulating emotions with how they're gonna navigate through life, because they are treated differently in the real world.
What do you mean regulating your What do you mean regulating your emotions? Like in what way?
You don't think men and women are treated differently?
No. I do think men and women are treated differently, but I'm asking you, what do you mean by regulating your emotions?
Like how to handle it, how to handle when you're treated differently, when you're a male treated differently than a female.
That's what I'm saying. Why would there be any difference in how you handle it? You see what I'm saying? Like if somebody disrespects you as a woman, you know what I mean? Like are you not teaching your kids how to like defuse a situation, or you know what I mean? Not get overly upset, and you know what I mean? Like I don't understand. Like I'm teaching my sons that. I'm telling them not to be reactionary. Don't put themselves in bad situations. Protect themselves. You know, and I'm not talking about physically. I'm saying like protect. You know, like don't allow people to disrespect them, but also at the same time learn when to walk away. Don't escalate situations. De-escalate situations. Like I don't. What's the difference? What am I? You know what I mean? Like what am I telling my daughter differently if I had a daughter?
So would you say male and female regulate emotions differently?
Yeah, men men process emotions differently, but it's not. It's typically, to me, a lot of it is rooted in the fact that men are coddled, and we're only, and society tells us that the only two emotions that we're allowed to have is anger and happiness. Right? So when we're younger, we're not allowed to process our emotions. When we cry, everybody tells us don't cry. Boys don't cry, right? Get up off the ground. Boys don't cry. Yeah, shake it, like all that type of stuff. So that's what I'm saying. You got to start when they're young. You got to teach them how to process their emotions and allow them to feel their emotions and allow them to express their emotions when they're young, so they're in the habit of doing it when they're older. So you don't have to unpack it, because it's harder to do it when you're older, right? Like, but why would I teach my daughter anything different? When I would allow my daughter to express her emotions the same way I would allow my son to express his emotions.
Yeah, I believe in expression for sure. But if we process it differently, wouldn't it be better for them to have a positive male role model to teach the son how to process emotions? Like
Yeah,
how
this is
to
not a this is not an either or. I'm not saying you're preaching to the choir. I said it already. Of course, if there is you're speaking about the what if, right? Like, so if there is a healthy man in the relationship in your life that knows how to process his emotions, and that he can show his son how to process his emotions, then absolutely. What's wrong with that? And I think, and I'll go a step further. Not only one man, I think I would hope that there were 10 men in his life. I would hope there were 10 women in his life that can show him how to process his emotions, right? Yeah, if we're speaking about the what if. But I'm speaking about the majority and about the reality. The majority of men don't know how to process their emotions. The majority of men, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just speaking on what it is right now, right? So right now, I'm not on board with just like arbitrarily saying like men need women, men need men, boys need men in their lives. Like, do they need these men in their lives?
No, definitely not those, but definitely positive male role models. But I would say with the women, if you are a single mother and you're raising sons alone, because we process emotions differently, then it helps to get your kids in a sport where they have a coach that's male, or I noticed that I can help my son with, building his ego or whatever, or putting confidence in him. No matter what I said, I taught him everything that I know, but it was still different when it come down to processing his emotions. So that's why I keep him in the sports, keep him involved in something so he can see that positive male role model. Right now he's in Taekwondo. That's going to teach him discipline and confidence. And
what
with
if
a
his
whole bunch of
Taekwondo
other
teacher?
things.
Oh, what if his Taekwondo teacher was a woman?
Good question. I still think that men need a positive
I
male
couldn't
role
hear
model.
the last part of that question.
I said, what if his Taekwondo teacher was a woman? Like, what would be the difference? Would she not be able to instill discipline in him and teach him discipline?
I still think he would still need a positive male role model.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I mean. I'm not. I don't know. I think the word need is where I lose it. Like, I don't think we need a positive male or female role. I think we need positive role models, right? I think we need positive role models. My wife was raised by her father, and he was he was the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for my, you know what I mean? From what I could tell, he was the best father I knew personally. So I don't know. I don't know if you need a male role model as a male, and I don't know if you need a
But if
female
we
role model.
regulate emotions differently, wouldn't it help to have a model?
Well, I think
So let me. Can I add this on? Can I add this on? Two things come to my mind. If our boys and girls regulate emotions different because of DNA and genetics, or are they regulating emotions differently because of environment and what we're teaching? That's one question. And then my second question is, if we had a village with nothing but males, 100 males and one little girl, would she still grow up to be a great woman? And if we had a village full of 100 women and one male, would he grow up to still be a great man?
Could be. I mean, it could happen either way. It just depends on. I think the likelihood of the woman growing up to the girl growing up to be a good woman is pretty low. To be honest with you, like I said, because I'm thinking about how men are conditioned today. This is nothing that I'm saying, and I got to drop. Nothing that I'm saying is I don't think is rooted in biology. I don't think that men are innately bad people or innately incapable of being like this. I think that men have been brainwashed and been conditioned to be not that good. Like we're just not that good right now. Like how we are. I'm just talking about in general, societally speaking, right? Just in general, it's hard to find a man that could regulate his emotions. It's hard to find a man who is nurturing. It's hard to find a man who doesn't exhibit narcissistic traits and will gaslight you at every single time. Like it's hard to find that man. It's hard to you as women, you know that. Like this is I've heard this from women. You see what I'm saying? And in my conversations, I've observed it to be true as well. Like where are all of these emotionally regulated men at? That's what I'm saying. So if they are out there,
Well, is it hard to find emotionally regulated men because
China, the
of
host
the
was
lack
okay.
of positive? Oh, I'm sorry. Dami, you was talking.
No. Go ahead, China. Go ahead.
Is it hard to find emotionally regulated men because of the lack of men that are emotionally regulated? Like when it comes
no,
down to
no, I don't think that. I don't think
the
it's
lack of role models.
no. I think it's because society. I think it started with a few ill-intentioned people, men specifically, years ago, that bred men to be a specific way, and they bred men to be worker bees and warriors, and that's what they did. So they took all the compunction out of men. They took they got rid of all the logic because it's hard to be. Look, think about it. How hard is it to get a person to work and slave away from you in a factory or fight in your wars if they're logical? Right? If they know how to process their emotions and they don't become chauvinistic and be on some like America first and we got to protect them from the Taliban and all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. It's hard to get those people to be police officers, right? And protect it. So you have to. So society. So a few men at the top made a concerted effort to breathe that out of men, at like the majority of men, and that's why you have a society of men who don't know how to process their emotions, who aren't logical thinkers typically. That's why you got a bunch of lazy men, like whatever. Laziness is a symptom of other things, right? Of entitlement, right, and things of that nature. That's what's going on right now. So we can change it, but we got to stop lying about it, though. We got to stop acting like it's like we got to tell the truth about it at some point. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so public defender question, honey. Are you saying, I want to make sure that I'm hearing this correctly. Excuse me. Are you saying that men basically are the way they are because of society? The men today are because of society?
Yeah, for the most part. Of course, there's medical reasons. There's men who have like I have ADHD, you know what I mean? Like there's men, my son has autism, there's stuff like that, right? Like barring that type of stuff. The vast majority of the things that we see in society right now as it pertains to men is largely in part due to the fact that men are raised and conditioned to be a certain way.
So is ADHD?
Hmm.
Can I say a little one too and then go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I agree with what some of public offender is saying. I do think that I don't think you guys are raising weak men. I think the issue is that you guys are raising men based off what society deems men are supposed to be. So a lot of times, instead of watching your child to understand, okay, if I throw out this disciplinary action, how he behaves, you guys are immediately, because he's a boy, you guys are being hard on him. You guys are immediately trying to toughen him up. You guys are immediately doing the XYZ to him. Another thing is a lot of you guys are homophobic. So slightly, the minute that you think that something is out of the norm or what society deems a man is to be, and he starts behaving a different way, you guys immediately try to be hard on him, and immediately he needs to be in sports and he needs to do this and you need to do that. A lot of you guys are bullies to your children, especially boys, and then you guys start calling, if they start behaving what you guys deem to be sassy or what you guys deem to be the F word, you guys immediately become verbally abusive. And then when your child starts to reciprocate or replicate the things that you guys were doing to him as a child, because now he's older, he's making money, he now doesn't have to listen to your rules, you guys have become shocked because you guys think, well, like, oh, why is my son acting like this? Well, ma'am, if you weren't trying to bully him and push him and do things that he didn't want to do and make him be aggressive and, oh, you have to know how to fight, or you have to do this, or you know how to do that, he wouldn't be behaving the way that he is behaving.
Put him in sports is abusive?
Not sports is abusive, but a lot of, like, for example, I grew up with 12 brothers. I'm the only girl, right? My mom was forcing my brothers to be into football. None of my brothers like football. Not one single one of them like football.
Right.
They were going out there to play football to please her, but she didn't like that. But my mom deemed that okay, because my mom is Asian, so she raised in a very misogynistic type of society, and she deemed that this is what boys are supposed to do. They're supposed to be playing sports and they're supposed to be doing this. My brothers didn't like that, but she didn't want to hear that because she just said, okay, that's what boys are supposed to be.
Oh, okay, that's your mom. But if they were put in football and didn't like football, then put them in basketball.
But that's different.
Somebody got an echo. Okay, because somebody had an echo. Go ahead.
So there has been many generations where we all know, if we be candid and real, there was several generations where we, told our young boys to toughen up. They cry, don't show emotion, you're a man, you can't cry. And so I think that has to cycle out, because that has been going on for so many generations. We're just now getting to the point of emotional regulation, emotional intelligence, and it's going to take time, right? For all this stuff to just, for all of this, the teachings that we used to, or we were so accustomed to, and what we saw our brothers go through, we saw our male cousins go through, they couldn't show emotion. So I just think it's getting there, like we're getting there. I do feel that the men that can regulate their emotions and do have emotional intelligence, and they can they become, great men, and they can sit on these platforms and have a logical conversation with women of the opposite sex, and they can have a very productive conversation. They're often deemed as panderers and all of this. So we're teaching men to regulate their emotions, be emotional intelligent, be able to sit at the table with the opposite gender and have a productive conversation without it being like a gender role or a gender thing. You supposed to fit this role, I'm supposed to fit this role, and just trying to fit everybody into a box. You get what I'm saying? I think it's just gonna take time. We're going in the right direction, but we just need more of it. We need more. We need to just continue to implement that these boys, their emotions, that they do have emotions, and teach them how to regulate their emotions, and teach them about emotional intelligence. It's a big part. It plays a big factor in all of this.
Thank you, Very. That's what I was trying to say. I'm gonna drop. Bye, Ms. Diamond.
Good morning, Diamond.
Hi, good morning, panel.
Okay.
Hi, Diamond.
How are you, Ms. Diamond?
So I just want to go back to the topic where the question was, can a single mother raise a weak man? Or was it, the word weak was used. So I would love to clarify what that person who asked that question, what she thought weak was. right? Because that gives a lot more of background. I don't want to say background, but it gives us a lot more insight into what she's thinking is a weak man and what we need to address to her concerns. But I just wanted to give one quick example as someone who came from a family as my aunt, her husband passed away and she raised 4 boys and she raised 1 daughter. And she did that on her own and they passed away young. Her husband passed away young, and she raised those boys to become men. Those boys were not raised, they weren't beaten. That's not the answer. They were taught that this is what life is. This is what you're going to expect out in the world. This is what the world's going to hand to you, and this is what you have to be ready to deal with. These are the circumstances that come along with what our society has built, and this is what you have to be prepared to deal with. And environment and school and a lot of other things do come into play, and they do play a part in each child's life. And I just want to point out one other thing. In that family of the 5 children, 4 of them turned out great, and 1 is on the FBI's most wanted list. But that is not her fault, because that
But
is
Just
something that
Legs,
happened when they were in child.
Just Legs. So let's just
College.
talk about nature versus nurture, because you're saying, where were they brought up at? Because nature does have a lot to do with child rearing as well. Nurturing would be the parents in the household, the people that love the kids that surround them. But nature takes effect on children's upbringing as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I
There you
said.
go.
I said nature versus nurture has a fact that plays a part in it.
Can I ask
The
you a
school
question,
plays
Joe?
a part in it. The people that are around play a part in it. Where you live plays a part in it. I'm not saying that at all, that it doesn't. I'm saying
Yes,
that
can I
there are
ask you a
so many
question?
different factors that play a part in the governing of the children of the society. And that's why when they get home, you have to, there's so much that goes into it. So can a mom sit down with a child and explain to that child that this is what goes on, and maybe this is why we stay away from these people, and this is why we don't go to this, why we don't do this, and why we don't act this way, or why we don't hang out in certain places, or why I was always told you come home before the street lights, or nothing good happens after 12 a.m. or 2 a.m. Right? Like certain things are said, but that neither here nor there. There are so many different factors that go into it, but can a mother raise I need to know what the definition of what you think a weak man is, but I believe that a mother can raise whatever she chooses to raise. It's on her. It's her emotional intelligence. It's the bond that she builds with her child. It's the love, the connection, the support, there's so much more that goes into that relationship that I would need to know what the definition exactly, what she thinks a weak man is.
Jess, would you agree that people do the best they can with what they have at the time?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's look at it like this. Let's put it in perspective. A lot of women are forced to raise young men because of conditions that our government put us in. A lot of fathers were removed from home. A lot of drugs were pummeled into our communities. So a lot of young men don't have a lot of masculine role models because a lot of the masculine role models were labeled a specific way, regardless of whether it was right or wrong, and they were doing what they could to survive, and then they were removed. Right?
Yes. No, I agree with you. I said that
Okay,
this father passed away. I don't
now
know if
let's
you
take
heard
this.
that.
Let's
The father
let's take
wasn't
this.
in the home.
Now let's take this into full consideration, right? You have a lot of women that are hurt because of what was removed from them.
So we have some bad feedback, y'all. Somebody got some bad feedback, but
Hold on, it's probably
okay. 1 second, y'all. Like, listen, this is a really good topic. Hold on 1 second.
You can ask real quick.
Y'all, hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Diamond. Is it better now?
Yes, but I want y'all to hold on 1 second. Sidebar really quick. First of all, I got Cash App messages. Let me get it out. Shout out to everybody, y'all, that is in here, y'all, that is supporting me. Okay. I've reached my goal of 1,900 subscribers. Shout out to everybody, y'all, that is supporting me, that believe in me through all the shenanigans. Okay. Thank you all so much. I got Cash App messages. Someone said, put a pin in the convo and let Diamond celebrate. Also, somebody said for Friday goal, 1 million likes. Popular number 1. Let's go.
That hard.
How much to block Sarita Norman? That bitch is blocked. That hoe is gone. That hoe is gone for free. Out of here. Bitch, bye. Okay.
Can I say something?
Okay, babe, 1 second.
Mhm.
I got another Cash App message said, for 2025, Hoover is the sexiest man alive. Okay, for 2025. Now they said he was the sexiest man already in the Cash App yesterday for 2024. Okay, now how y'all in the comments to my T-Mac, please? How y'all know it's T-Mac? How y'all know it's T-Mac? So yeah, 2025. They say he is the sexiest man alive. Okay. I say where. Okay. I still say where. But don't mind Diamond. Don't listen to Diamond. Don't pay attention to Diamond. Okay. Don't worry about it. All right. But go ahead. Queen, listen. Listen, every time I move my head,
Cause wigs funny as hell.
Queen.
How she popped her head up.
Oh God. Y'all, this is so funny, y'all. This is too funny for me, y'all. Thank y'all. I'm glad that y'all listen. I'm glad my mood changed. I'm glad, y'all got me laughing in here again. Cause listen, your girl is drained. Your girl is tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm
be her head motion.
Yes, y'all see. Listen, I'm sitting up here like everything I'm doing.
No, see, hold on. We was on different planes, right? Because I seen Miss Sarita, right? I seen Miss Sarita, right? And I was like, if I may have your attention, please. Just as your departure to Black Diamond International is not necessary, neither is your departure. Please exit the premises most asapidly and expeditiously, as your input is no longer valid here. And Diamond was cussing her out, right? So all I kept hearing in my mind was, you don't need nothing, you better hype your bestie up. So I was cussing her ass out concurrently when Diamond was cussing her out. I was her hype woman.
Hey, Diamond.
I asked you to stay here. Get your bobblehead ass out of here. Talking about the host ain't listening. But the host interrupting for clarification, right? I'm like, Miss squeeze me, Miss Ma'am. Bye. So when she hyping cussing, I'm is too. Ma'am. And that's why I was asking, you need some Vaseline, sis? Or you just want me to do it? Keeps my Vaseline handy. Right here. Vaseline not good enough for you, sis, because I know you got that beautiful brown skin.
Is it my turn?
Shea butter right here for you. Shea butter. What you need from me?
Y'all, Fine China Babe. I'm gonna have to rotate you. I got more. I gotta bring it here. Just Legs,
Okay.
babe. I'm gonna have to rotate you too. Thank y'all so much for coming in, chiming in on the topic, y'all. Like the waiting list is long, so I'm kind of trying to get everybody in here, y'all. Kind of trying to get everybody in here. Thank you, Fine China and Just Legs.
Good morning, Diamond.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Comments. I'm actually up here to talk about my own life experience, I guess, being a mom, a single mother to a boy. Well, it's not that I started off as a single mother, no, but I tried the whole thing, and my son's father, he in the beginning was good, and then like it became a toxic relationship, and he was very abusive, and like by the age of 2, my son was coming in like, mommy hit daddy. So like I felt like that was a toxic relationship. I had to get out of it because I did not want my son being raised to thinking putting his hands on women was okay. So I had left. It took a year or so for me and his father to regroup and, co-parent. And I got to say, as co-parents, we did great. His father would come out to us every so often, once a week, and be there with his son. So, I mean, I did all the raising, but when it came to my son being 15 years old and going into high school, I had to make the biggest decision of my life. And the biggest decision of my life was actually signing over my parental right, not my parental right, but my guardianship to his father. So his father can teach him to be a man, a better man, because I mean, I did the best that I could, but I felt like that I was coddling my son and enabling my son in so many ways because of me just being like trying to fix everything with materialistic things, like buying him whatever he wants when he was feeling down about his dad, and or like trying to explain to him like those things I could not explain to him at that time. I mean, he's 19 years old now, thank God, and he's doing great, but the best decision I ever made was sending him with his father at 15, because my son has grown into this wonderful young man, graduated high school, first young man in our whole family to graduate high school. He's in college for psychology, and he's doing amazing. I mean, my son has been through a lot. We have been through a lot with him. Like his first year of life, I lived in a hospital with him. It wasn't easy. His father had no part to do with that. My son was born with an impermeable anus. If nobody knows what that is, it's a child with no butt, completely sealed, no butthole. So he had a colostomy at the first day of birth.
No, Stacey, with this description.
I think we need to give a trigger warning because that stopped my hype from the hype. That stopped my hype at mid hype. I was like at high and not PE. So can we give a trigger warning going forward? Because mix go with me.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was in mid hype. What just happened? Okay, baby, go ahead.
So
Wait.
like I went through a lot of bullying through school and stuff like that, and that's the stuff that I had to deal with because him not being able to contract his bowels the way like
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I don't want to interrupt that. I really don't want to interrupt you because I understand this is a very important story. But I need to get this PSA out because my trainer is waiting on me. Listen, for those who don't know who she is, let me reintroduce her. That's the one and only Black Diamond, the #1 TikTok show in the morning.
Let's talk.
See, y'all think it's a game. We don't play games over here. We play investments. We play diversity of income. We play property flipping. Get some notes, take some notes. Instead of coming over here and just watching in the hallways, take some notes. Because guess what? If TikTok goes away, we're still here because we're a business. We're not just TikTok, we're business. So holla at y'all. Y'all have a great day. Y'all enjoy your weekend. I'll holla at you, Diamond. Drop me.
Yeah, B, we all we got, baby.
Hey,
All we got.
Diamond, before I
Yeah.
let Jenny get back into what she was doing, you are gorgeous, you are intelligent, you are important, you are royal, you are valuable, and you are worthy. And we're rooting for you over here.
Thank
Listen,
you.
it doesn't matter who raises the child. What matters is if you're instilling the difference between right and wrong and standing on it. That's all. What matters is if you're pouring into their character about how they're supposed to be, about what they're supposed to be, about what's important to them, if you're giving them the rules and regulations about what they're up against and what they're going to experience out here, right? So it doesn't matter who raises you. But we've come through a lot of hurt. We've come through quite a bit of hurt as a people. So people are still healing from the hurt. So it affects the way that you raise your children if you're still hurt when you're raising a child, because you don't know how to give a child painlessness if all you experienced was pain. Okay? So understand that. Help yourself, heal yourself, care for yourself so that you can care for the things that are around you. Because your blessings are always yours. It's just a matter of whether or not you're open to receive them. Okay? So, Diamond, I love you to the moon and back. Gummy, I appreciate you for being honest and transparent, and we are not trying to take away from what you're giving us. Yeah, I don't think you got it when Diamond said what she said. She is amazing. She is awesome. And she is a force to be reckoned with, to the fact that people are out here trying to deface her name and take from her what she built by herself. You're talking about moments in the car when she was security to right now where she's number one, TikTok, Roku, and everywhere else that we about to take over. Understand, y'all are in the presence of greatness, whether you realize it or not. Diamond, you already know I love you, and we rocking with you the same way. I made it to Birdie safe. I might check you on my way back home.
Oh, have a good time, y'all. Congratulations over there, baby. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Question. So hold on 1 second, y'all. So yes, I'm about to read the Cash App message, baby. I see you. I do. I see you. You have a question for her. Okay, so this question is for Gummy. Okay. Gummy, they want to know, is your baby's dad black or white?
He's black and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Puerto Rican is not a race.
Well, he's black.
Okay. All right. So okay. So now my question is, okay, you said that's why she over here? Okay. So let me ask you a question. Okay, so what was the purpose of, like, what was the reason for asking her, what her race is for her child's father or her children's father? I'm waiting for the comment and hold on, I'm waiting for the comment. Because the person that sent the message, she's very straightforward. She's gonna either message me. She's gonna say it in the comments in a second. She said, I want to see where she was going with this story. Okay. I'm on the FYP. Ooh, child.
Yeah, I'm on my backup account too, tapping from my other account. But there's a difference, and I'm just going to say this. There's a difference in telling a story and trauma dumping. Because she gave this story without a trigger warning. And she just put all of her trauma on us. And I'm not discounting her story, but I'm just saying there's a difference in telling a story. What she was saying that he was not good to be with her, so she had to ship him to his father, and this is the best thing she ever done. That's a story. but talking about this child's medical condition, I don't see what this baby's medical condition had to do with what the topic is. There's a difference between telling a story, how it relates to the topic, and trauma dumping. That's why I gave a trigger warning. I, for one, was not ready to hear that. And I don't know about anybody else.
I wasn't ready to hear that either. Like, that caught me off guard because she acted like she had a question, like she was a single mother right now, like she had a question. But it seemed like you just told the story of when you were a single mother. And then you talked about, there was a couple trigger warnings you should have gave because you talked about how you were abused in front of your son. But then when he got 15, you gave him to his father for him to learn how to be a man. In my opinion, I don't think that was a good move per se, because I don't understand how you would think that someone would be a good father if they were already abusive to you. So you would sign over your guardianship to an abuser and you don't know what your son is seeing over there.
But if you also paid attention, I said that it took a year after me leaving the relationship for us to come to a cordial stand as parents for my child.
It's not about you guys being cordial. I'm saying you don't know what he's experiencing and seeing over there. Like, why would you think that if he was already abusive to you, that he wouldn't be teaching your son or showing your son toxic traits that he would develop as a man?
Well, because I mean, it's like 15 years later. So I mean, there was growing up, there was, maturity, there was counseling, there was a lot involved with it that bring us to where we were, where we are today.
And also telling your son's medical issues. What? I don't understand the point of that.
Well, I was getting to it was supposed to be in the part in the beginning, but like where I was supposed to be, like when he was first born and this, that, and the other, but it ended up coming out afterward. But if it did trigger anybody, I am sorry about that. I never meant to trigger anybody. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so I got a Cash App message. They said, unblock Sarita. Let her in the box, which is a fake page. I got a story about her meeting one of my boys on a dating app. Signed, Hoover, sexiest man for 2024 to 2025. And I say that again, where?
Diamond, stop hating on the Deuce, man. You ain't right.
I just said where? I just
Got
said
fans, man. Hey, leave him alone in his fanness. Hey, Deuce, represent. I came back up because I'm getting annoyed as fuck, to be 100. Why do men come on here and talk like all men are just these disastrous creatures? That shit pisses me off because as a man, I don't know anybody like that. I know a lot of men. And I don't know anybody who's these abusive motherfuckers who just walk around terrorizing women. I don't understand that shit to save my life. And then when I talk about couples, people talk like we can't have a melanated couple that aren't fucking abusive. Like they always dysfunctional. And I'm like, why? Why can't we have two melanated people together that aren't trying to beat the fuck out of each other or aren't cheating? Go ahead, Diamond.
Sabar. Cash App message said, the issue is she's YT. Here they go again. Somebody sent a Cash App message said, Hoover is not the sexiest man. Blue is, and Diamond knows that. Blue heart. Somebody said, is your show just a black space? Claim in the comments. No, you guys, my show is welcome. I welcome everybody. I open my space up to everybody. Okay.
Why do they always think when a person that's not of color, YT, when they say something, that we aren't supposed to say anything back to them, or else they feel offended and they want to say that your show is not. I mean, that is only a Black space. Like,
because Killer Honey, there had been times where a Caucasian person would come in here and speak, and there have been times where some people would say, this is a Black space. And I would have to correct it because this is a space for everybody.
but I feel like just now with the lady that just got up here, they tried to say that because we were telling her about all the stuff that she was saying. It wouldn't matter if she was Black, white, whatever. Like, everything she said was a trauma dump. And all the stuff that she was telling her son business, if she was Black, I would have said the same thing. Like, so I don't, that's the part I didn't get. But
trauma dumps didn't bother me. Again, there's a difference in a story and trauma dumping. She just could have said her baby had a medical condition or a medical issue. But no, she went out and gave the whole diagnosis like we on Grey's Anatomy. How she know her baby wanted his business out amongst people on Beyonce's inner web?
that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah, if she gonna talk about being a victim of DV, she could have gave a trigger warning, because I know that triggered a lot of people. And she didn't.
And it had nothing to do with her being white.
It didn't. I don't care who she married to. Get it where you get it, but as long as that thing is saying, I don't care. But the trauma dumping and talking about DV without a trigger warning, that triggered a lot of people. And they weren't ready to hear that. I still don't understand the significance of her son's other 23 chromosomes being Black, but okay.
Okay, Doc.
Sidebar. Qski.
What you want?
What you want?
You want? Stop being rude. Stop being rude. This question button.
You get in this box every day. Chime in on the topic, Qski. You'll never chime in on the topic.
Sometimes I be busy, dog. We can't chime in and just chime in on there.
Put your music down, Ninja.
Hold on.
Hey, Doc. I was ranting, Diamond. Let me know when I can finish my rant.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, man.
See, I got the
I'm just
rotation.
sitting back here.
Hold on.
I'm listening to Diamond, so let's not go there, Black Panther.
Okay, hold on, Doc. One
Look,
second.
man.
Because Black had
You've been talking, popping off. Let me say what I gotta say real quick. So I heard somebody talking about Black men shouldn't step into their sons' relationships or problems, whatever. And I'm telling y'all, you gotta twist it. I'm gonna step in. I see my boy going sideways. I'm gonna step in and get him straight, cause I ain't playing it. I'm gonna push my.
KC.
Look, dog, you know what it is. I gotta get on the. I got my kids popping up. I can't do me with my family popping up. So I got to be able to, do my thing without being without family members popping up on my stuff. You feel me?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna push back against any of that. I ain't with it. I ain't with my boy going stray, and I can't control it. I ain't having it. I ain't with it. That's what's wrong with the Black man right now. He's being portrayed as I don't know what, but I'm here to stop it. I'm here to uplift the Black man and make sure.
Black Panther, on behalf of every Black person in this space right now, sir, with all due respect, if you don't turn that daggum car on and close that door, I'm an old lady pinch your ass under that flat part under your arm. Turn that car.
We can't do a damn thing.
All right, my bad.
Well, I'm agreeing with that, Panther, and I'm gonna bounce.
Hold on, Black Panther. Now listen, respectfully.
Yeah.
Please, respectfully, do not mention that the LGBT community.
All right, and I respect that, but I'm gonna push back against them because they're trying to ruin the black man. You know, now they're speaking as a black man. So, you know, no, my bad. They're speaking as a woman. So now we gotta deal with the black woman. Now we got other folks.
So hold on, wait, Casey. You got.
So what I'm saying is,
run it back, Casey. Run it back.
So what I'm saying is, all right. So what I'm saying is, the black man is being infiltrated by other means that we can't control. We got other. We all always had the black woman. We gotta deal with. You know, that's what it is. And the white tea man, we gotta deal with him. But now it's another element into the mix in which we gotta deal with. And I'm gonna push back against that because I ain't with it.
What other element?
Think about
let's
it.
not go down this road, bro.
Okay, what did Diamond did? I heard somebody talking about that earlier,
go down this road,
and I ain't with it.
KC,
I ain't with it.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. You know,
Hey,
you know
I got
Diamond don't
about
go this,
fam.
bro. Don't go down this road, man. Leave it alone.
I thought I just told
And
you
all
not to
due
talk about it. Casey,
respect to Diamond, I would not do it.
I thought
But
I just said,
y'all know what I'm talking about.
Nigga, but you just
leave
did
him
it.
out of this.
The fuck?
Yeah, he did it
I
on.
just
He
said,
dry
leave
snitched.
him out of this.
He dry
Hey,
snitched.
Diamond.
But
It's
Diamond,
hard. It's
can we
hard.
stop
It's hard to leave
portraying?
them out of
Let
it.
me ask you something,
Can
Casey.
we?
Hold on. You seem like you have a personal vendetta because every time that's your focus every time. And
Because I'm here to protect the black man. You know what I mean? That's why I come in. That's why I come in as a Black Panther, for me to be able to pop off and say what I need to say
Not
without
disrespect
being
the
infiltrated
single
by
mother like that.
other folks.
okay, but listen. It don't matter. No matter what, right? Hear me out.
Who is you wrestling with, man?
Hold on. Hear me out. Black Panther. No matter what. They are still human beings. No matter what. They are still human beings.
I get that, but I don't understand. They're a bad influence.
Okay,
They're
big dog.
polluting the black man.
Black. They are not a bad influence. They not bothering nobody. They doing them just like everybody else is doing them. They not bothering nobody.
And how we get on the subject?
How do you say that, Diamond?
Big Diamond. Big Diamond. Can I
Messing with
please go
other
down?
black men? They're corrupting other black men to be like them.
So Casey, listen. Casey, respectfully, I have to drop. I gotta drop.
You gotta drop me?
Yeah, because
Somebody got some background.
I gotta drop you because I told you. I gotta drop you. I told you I didn't want it.
And who's all this wrestling going on? What
Big
the hell?
Diamond, can I finish my rant?
I speak.
Please. Because I would like some of the good men, like my boys, like Big Q, like Mr. Washington, like Big Chill, like Fireman, like Boss Man. Can we get some of them fellas in here who are the strong brothers with different personalities, but good brothers? Can we get some to come up here and represent men and talk about how we are influencing?
They gotta want to come in and chime in on topic. How you know they ain't busy?
You got one here now, brother.
And Mr. Washington in here.
Yeah, man, I'm so sick of these motherfuckers coming on here talking about. I'm so sick of these motherfuckers coming on here talking about how all men are these terrible creatures, and we just fucking not.
All
I mean,
right,
yeah,
but
you do have terrible people out there, but why
we can
are
focus on the
only
positive
the terrible
then.
dudes getting talked about? I mean,
well, here's
Mr.
what I'm
Archie,
finna speak.
we can't talk at the same time. We can sing at the same time, but we can't talk and be understood. I'm gotta drop. Yeah, I'm dropping in 2 minutes. I promise you. Okay.
And Rainbow.
But I'm trying to say, can we get some good representation of men up in the panel to talk? Hey, Chaotic, bring your ass up here, bro. Hey, Chill, where you at?
They at work.
Man, where
They
you
at work. They at
Folks
work.
working, Doc.
Man, work.
Relax,
They
Doc.
at work.
Relax. Doc.
Nah, fuck
Relax.
that, Chill. I mean,
You got-
fuck
you
that,
got-
Q. We
listen,
need some
hold on.
brothers in here.
You got Mr. Washington in the box. You got Archie in the box. You got Big in the box, and Lord Jesus, you got.
Hey, no offense, Mr. Archie, I don't know you, so I ain't saying you positive or negative. But I'm just saying I want some strong men in here to talk about men.
So you're saying that
the
the men in the box not strong. So the men in the box not strong.
No, I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying I don't know this brother. So
Okay.
without knowing him, I can't speak on his character.
Okay,
But I'm
cool. So
saying
if you
the
give
men
me the
can
opportunity to
speak on their
speak,
character.
if you give me the,
If
you give me the opportunity, if you give somebody the opportunity to speak, then maybe somebody you can hear somebody out. Can't nobody speak.
Damn.
You got an opportunity to talk these nuts.
You imply so much pressure. Listen, man, you imply so much pressure, man. Niggas scared to speak.
Doc. You see that?
All that extra pressure. It's Friday, man. Relax. Kick your feet up. Go get your feet dead. God damn.
All right, so let me kind of roll it back. So one reason I didn't get up because I actually
invited the man to your nuts.
I didn't get up because I actually agree with some of the points a lot of the points that people made. True enough, you can instill everything you can in the child in a single parent or a two-parent household. It's up to that child eventually when they grow up to turn out the way they turn out. We'd heard plenty of stories where a two-parent household, I think one guy said recently, well, they did everything right. He still turned to the streets. You got single-parent household with kids that some might turn to the streets, some actually end up being good people and doing good things in the world. So it just depends on the child. Eventually, that child gonna have to grow up and say, what type of person do I want to be? That's all it. Now you can instill everything you want to instill. You can try to guide them the way that you want them to be guided or whatever, but it's still up to their child eventually. At some point, they have to grow up and say, I'm gonna be a fucking man, I'm gonna handle my business.
You know, were you through, brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, but wait, Archie. Mr. Washington was in here. He didn't get a chance to even speak yet.
Okay, I'll hold.
Whatever you was gonna say, go ahead.
Mayday,
Mr. Washington, what you got going on? Mr. Washington, what you got?
He over there in that lot. Mr. Washington, you good?
Mr. Washington, what's going on?
Mr. Washington deep in there one thing.
Okay, Mr. Washington.
Big, you know what?
All right, my bad. Go ahead. Whoever talk, go ahead.
You know what?
You know, I've been listening for a while. And yes, we know that there are difficulties in our Black community. But the only thing I can speak on is a blueprint and an example. You don't have to do it my way, but maybe we need to try something different. You're talking to a man that had a child at 12 years old. I'm 44 now.
Hold on, wait. God damn, Archie.
Yeah.
Archie. Hold on, wait. I thought at 12 years old, Archie, you was shooting dog water.
No, I was 12, she was 14. I actually married her too.
Oh.
I married her at 18. We got a divorce at 36. I filed for divorce because she violated the covenant of our marriage. But with saying that, yes, we do have the power as parents to truly influence our children. I've been shot 3 times. I was facing 25 years to life. At 17 years old, I was shot 3 times. And all I can think of as I was laying on the ground dying was to think of my baby girl. And I said, Lord, if you give me one more chance, Lord, I'll get out this street life. Give me one more chance, because all I can imagine, my daughter been raised without a father. And God blessed me with a second chance. And I made her mother an honest mother. We was together 24 years. I was 36, she was 38 when I filed for a divorce. Married 18 out of the 24 years. In the direction of me changing my life, going back to the values, the principles, the morals, and the standards that my father instilled in me. In turn, I followed that blueprint and raised my daughter. See, there's a difference in being involved in your children's lives. And I think sometimes as parents, we think because we show up at games, yes, that makes our children feel good. But see, we have to be active and engaged. Those two combinations together. What I mean active and engaged is active means showing up, being present, be there to support them in their sports, in their education curriculum. Also engage and being open and transparent when they become teenagers about real life issues. My children know about my battle scars. And I think that's what helped my son not to go the direction I did, because I showed him the gunshots. I showed him my criminal record.
They
And I
had so
told
much
him,
to say about that other lady,
Hold on.
but
I'm trying to give the
something about this
trigger warning. I
man
didn't know
saying what
we
he
was gonna
said.
go there to
So
violence. I
much
didn't know
was
we
said
was
about the other lady though, but nobody cut off Archie and said nothing about him getting shot 3 times and laying on the ground. Like I don't understand. Like why would you talk? He was talk.
oh no, sweetheart. I'm not trauma dumping by a long shot. Because see what it is, as parents, we scared to share our life with our children. In order for our children not to go down the path we go, we have to show them the results that when you don't listen, when you don't follow structure and order, when you don't follow guidance of your parents, your grandmother, your uncles, this is the result of being a rebellious child. Life will get to life in. So in that story is that I can say, my daughter, I can tell you as a father, my daughter has only known one man. My son has only known one woman. My daughter married her high school sweetheart. She's 31 now. And fortunately, like me, where I had one child outside of marriage, my daughter and her husband had their children planned. I got a 3-year-old grandson and a 5-month-old granddaughter. My son, the only woman that he has known, he's marrying his high school sweetheart in June. So what I'm saying is, when we give guidance and guidance, when a leadership deals with 7 characteristics. That's provision, that's protection, that's leadership, that's guidance, order, and structure. A man must be all them first, exude and exemplify them for his household and others around him. My life had to reflect that which I am. And in order for my children to understand how I became the man that I was, I had to let them know I was a dark man back in the day. So it's not trauma dumping, because the results that I have is a continuity, I heard this morning, of a nuclear family. And even though I am divorced from my ex-wife, I'm not bitter. My ex-wife, we built a company, and I gave her $1,250,000 cash. That's not including the assets, because I'm a man. Yet I divorced her. I understood as a man that yet she is still part of my legacy, yet we're not together. And I needed her to succeed and become successful to continue to add value to the legacy, yet we're not together, because when we both die, our children inherit our estate. So why would I want? I was mad. I was upset. She cheated. But I could set that aside and remember the reason why I married her was for family. And she gave me 2 children. And today, my current wife, because I believe in family, for the holidays, I still go spend, because my mother and father's deceased. My ex-mother-in-law and father-in-law, they call me. I spend holidays because we still have a business together after all those years. So at the end of the day, when we become adults and be able to implement them interpersonal development skills, conflict resolutions, effective communication, but also don't forget, before you're a mother, before you get before you're a father, before you're a husband, before you're a wife, you are a human being. And we as Black people have to understand that no matter how.
Okay, can I say something really quick? Because
we always.
Hold on one second, Archie. I got my laptop here. So you gave her 1 million in cash. Was it in a briefcase?
Was it vacuum sealed?
No, no, I wired it to her.
You
That
couldn't do a traveler's check. I'm trying to.
No, that was the
They
agreement upon
give
of our
you
divorce.
all in one day.
Was rubber bands on it?
This is an old duffel bag.
No, it wasn't.
He cash after.
No, it wasn't.
Archie, listen, honey, we're not making fun of your story at all. No lie. I'm just saying, it's rare that a man come on here and say he done gave his ex 1 million and some change in cash. Okay.
That was the agreement of our divorce. I agreed to that.
Okay, right. So, all right, I get that. I hear you. Right?
She deserved that and all the assets, the property and stuff that she got, because she was the mother of my children, because I am still the man I am today because of her aid and assistance as a wife.
You know what? And I love that. I love that you did that. You you handling your business as a man. Okay. I understand that. But I'm trying to figure out, because the bank told me, for my little bit of money that I have to give them in advance a phone call to come and pick out just a little bit. Now I'm trying to understand, because see, I want to be where you at today and be able to say, I gave them 1 million cash. So was it in the briefcase? I just want to know.
No, it was. Let me correct myself. It wasn't cash. That's the total she got all together in increments. But I had 60 days to give it to her, according to my divorce decrees. My appendant A says that she would give up all her rights to Chapman Transportation to our company. And an agreement within 60 days upon this agreement that I pay her $1,250,000.
All right.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
quick question, Archie.
Can I just
And we
say
didn't go to
something
court.
really quick?
We didn't go to court.
Okay,
I got a
Mr.
quick
Arthur.
question on. I got a quick
All right,
question on
Mr.
his
Arthur,
story.
You had a lawyer?
Hold on for 1 second.
I'm just curious. How much more was she entitled to? How much more did she receive?
Hold on, Archie, they are in the comments asking, are you single?
Big Q.
No, I'm married now.
Man, what's going on, bro?
I was single for 6 years, and I got married in 2022.
I just want to understand what you just did, because I might have had a sip or two, right? Did you go get your briefcase and take your damn tablet out the briefcase so you can make room? And this is why I will fuck with you until the wheels roll off this bitch. Like, how are we doing the distribution? And do I need to go get my tote to get like that? Just an observation.
Well, I just want to say something really quick, because I have to go back to work. And I want to go back to the topic of when Black Panther came in here and was talking about the LGBTQ community. First of all, I am a part of that, but I will say this. I've been in the life for 30 years. I raised my sons. I have a son that is 32, and I have a son that's 30. Me and my partner at the time, we raised my sons. We, in this community, we raise children, and we raise kings and queens. So maybe he's a little closed-minded, simple-minded, but just remember, just because we are in this community does not mean that we can't raise our kids, because both of my sons are grown. Neither one of them have any children right now. They're not married, but they're putting their lives together, because my thing to my children was to stabilize yourself, get stability in your life, go to school, get your education, get you a good job, and do what you need to do for yourself before you decide to have kids, before you decide to get married. So don't ever think that just because we're in this community that we can't raise kings and queens, because we have. Y'all have a great day. I'm going back to my job. Thank you, Miss Diamond, for allowing me on the panel. Much love to everybody on here, and may everybody have a blessed day. And you can drop me, Miss Diamond.
Okay. Archie, honey, wait 1 sec. Oh shoot, that's the wrong person. Damn. Okay, Archie, wait 1 second. All right, so Archie, honey, so this is your first time on my panel. Is this your first time watching my show though?
Oh no, this is not the first time on your panel.
Okay, cool. We have a policy over here, okay, where you can pay $25 to drop the box, $50 to bring that person back up. I do not own the rights to what they say in the comment section. I don't own the rights to what they say on the panel. Please do not blame Diamond, okay? When I say your final words, that means someone paid to drop you. Do not blame Diamond, please. All right? It's just a policy we have.
That's no problem.
Okay, yeah, they paid, babe, to drop you. But congratulations, honey, on all your accomplishments, with your children and your grandkids and your family. Congratulations on being successful.
Thank you.
Boy, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit.
They ain't worth a damn.
That man ain't said that for real.
They ain't worth a damn.
You know what? I'd have sent Archie 50 to keep him up here, but I don't have it this time because usually I would have paid for Mr. Archie to stay here. I really would have.
Because I was kind of trying, I was trying. He said,
right, look, since we've been talking, I moved my bag closer. So when you get your container filled up, can you talk to me on Instagram? Because I really wanted to ask him, what did he mean? He made an honest woman out of her. Was she dishonest before y'all did the things y'all do? Like,
more questions.
Pertinent follow-up questions, because, okay. Child.
Hold on, wait. Archie. Mr. Archie, are you in the comments? Let me see, is he in here? Mr. Archie, can you come back and request to come back in the box? They paid for you to come back. He probably left because he's probably tired of y'all shit. Okay, Archie, request to come back in the box, honey.
Lord have mercy. I was interested in and I understood what he said, that he made an honest woman out of her, which means he married her. But you know what? That's a story for historical context another day. Because shut up. Where's your liquor? I'm going to go on over here and see.
Yeah, my sister, I made her an honest woman because of the values and principles that my mother instilled in me. I had no business having sex at 12 years old. We was boyfriend and girlfriend, and I have seen many men abandon women, say that they love them, they manipulate them. I know plenty of guys was out there having sex, but once the girl was pregnant, they left the girl alone. They wouldn't take care of their children. I wasn't raised to be that way. My father taught me, you take care of your responsibilities. I knew. And then also my mother and father walked with me. They walked with me. I changed from that lifestyle that I was living. And my daughter, if me were having my daughter at 12, I'd probably be in jail or hell right now. So yes, the right thing to do. She was good enough for me to have sex with her, and having unprotected sex, she got pregnant. She was more than worthy to be my wife because she came from a good family. That's what I meant by making her an honest woman. I don't believe, I could tell you this before I close my mic. I got divorced in 2016. I was having sex, but I understood if I was having sex just to have fun because the woman looked good and she got pregnant, this is the type of man I am. She would have to become my wife, or I hope her family got plenty of money because I go broke because my child is not going to be raised not under my roof. That's the type of man I am.
So this, I just want to make sure I get this right. So you were raised in a 2-parent household. Seems like your mother and father was involved, and it seemed like they kind of steered you the right way, but you decided to go another way.
That's correct.
Well, there you go. So,
And
So
you
that
said,
that proves a
hold
point right there.
on.
That
I
proves a
got
big
a
point.
pertinent, hold on, Jermaine. I got a pertinent follow-up question. You said there was no way your child was not going to be raised under your roof. Is that correct?
Yes, my child was not gonna be raised not being under my roof.
So at the age of 12, and I'm not asking to be facetious or disrespectful. I genuinely
But
want.
that's now as my adult. That's me as an adult now.
Oh,
Then,
now I
I
understand.
didn't know
Because I
then.
was like, did your mom and dad let you move your 14-year-old girlfriend in the house? I was like, what they
Oh
do
no.
that?
No,
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
my father told me that he was gonna be the sole provider. When I got 15, that I was gonna have to get a job. And that's exactly what I done. But of course I was doing other things still too. So to provide. But when I got 17, I bought a house, and 18, I married her. And when I got 19, we had my son. My son is finna be 25.
And what's your age, Archie? Because it sounds like you talking back in the BMF days.
No, I just turned 44 in March.
Okay.
My daughter finna be 32. My son finna be 25.
Yeah, damn, I'm gonna drop. Bye.
No,
No.
stay.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
No, stay.
You gotta stay up here, Q. Don't you run off from up here, Q.
Stay.
You gotta stay up here.
Now,
I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble.
stay for a little while.
Hold on. Because again, I pay attention to everything, right? He said when he was 12, his 14-year-old girlfriend got pregnant and he had his daughter. He said his son is 25, not the daughter. Did y'all flunk math? Is that what you said, Archie? Did I misunderstand you, sir? That you had a child at 12 and it was your daughter, and because of your daughter that you changed your life around? Is that what I understood you to say?
Yes.
Yeah, because
My
he said
daughter-
you had got pew-pewed at 17, right?
Yes.
Child, listen, y'all, is y'all mathing all right? Because y'all just quit I was mathing, but I said, no, wait. He said his daughter he had when he was 12, or the mother was pregnant at 12. And when you add 44 minus the 1 and carry the 2 plus the 12, you get 30-something-ish. But he has another child that's 25. I know that's what y'all was trying to get at. Like, wait a minute, bro, hold on.
And that's my son.
y'all-
He was born in 99.
Look, y'all really flunked that word math problems, didn't you? It's okay, baby. Everybody got their struggle. This math and ain't your ministry. It's okay, baby. It is okay.
I don't think they talk about that part. I don't think that's the part they talking about. I think they talk about the house at 17. I think that's.
Hey, Roscoe Pito.
What I don't do, if this brother say he got his ish together at 17 because he had a child, I'm not gonna down that man for that. I'm not. Because a lot of y'all, do I even need to say it? Great. And some of y'all got wives at home and your wife's still a single mama. Because all y'all think y'all need to do is to go home and get a paycheck, and she got to cook, clean, take the children to soccer, drop them off at school, make sure your drawers are properly pressed, when all you do is walk out the door, pick up a lunch, go to work, come home, and get your ass on the sofa. So I'm not knocking this man for stepping up. I'm not.
Well, I feel him because this is real. This shit is real. Baby, it's real. Yes, I got 6 baby mamas. I know what's going on. You
What
gotta
the
be an
heck?
adult. Yes.
No, what's this? Oh, damn.
I'm sorry,
What
I'm
the-
not to step up for this shit. I
Hey.
ain't standing up for this shit.
What is we doing?
Hold on. Who got community
Listen.
painters out here? Who got the
What?
community painters? Who got it? 6, bruh. You ever heard of saran wrap or twisted tie?
I like raw dogging. That's just me. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Oh man.
So hold on, Block Life. So Block Life, you got 6 baby mamas. So how many kids do you have?
6 on 6.
Damn. Well, yeah. Well, good brother. Good luck. How your income tax be looking like? Who do your income tax?
You know what's so crazy? My baby mamas love me. They be looking out for me. But I do what I'm supposed to do as a man, bro.
Oh, damn.
So you say Block Life, so you don't like
I don't
protection.
I don't pay child support or nothing. Like I always come through.
So Black
hold
Life
on.
again. So Black Life again. You don't like protection.
Can I clarify
Yeah, but
something that
no.
I said, Diamond?
Huh?
When Block Life is done,
hey,
can I
law
clarify
is law,
something that I
bitch.
said?
Go ahead.
To the person that's saying that he didn't get no house at 17 because his credit wasn't good. That, first of all, that's mighty presumptuous of you. That's mighty presumptuous of you.
Somebody said, how old is you, Block?
Hold on,
I'm 20,
Archie.
I'll be
Did I not
21.
hear or misunderstand, sir, that you had the help of your family to establish a home when your daughter was a baby, once you went through what you came through and decided, you know what, this ain't the life for me? Am I high,
That's
sir?
correct. That is
Like,
correct.
I can tell which one of y'all ain't had no good parenting in y'all damn life. I can really tell. I can tell a lot of y'all who mamas and daddies just gave y'all birth and put y'all in front of the TV to watch Barney while they did whatever they did to do. Just like y'all said, oh, well, we know what he meant when he said made her an honest woman. How y'all didn't follow the rest of the timeline for him to be able to do what he did for his daughter? Ooh, child, every cornbread ain't brown. Some of you motherfuckers are heating up in the snow, and it's showing.
And then also right now, I got married again in 2022. We are a blended family now. My current wife was married. Her husband died. She had 2 children. When I met her, they was 18 and 12. They are now 15 and 21. And we are doing wonderful. And now me and my current wife, we have launched 3 businesses. And now we're in a process. We got approved to start a charter school. See, a lot of people talk about what need to be done, but you need to be the change that you want to see. And you don't have to worry and focus about the negativity. And maybe you can bring some positivity within our Black community that will give others hope and exemplify and change their heart in the direction of their life, because they too can believe that, you know what, I might have had a rough life, but you know what? Man, there's other Black people doing. So that's what continue for me to push, continue to build community centers, especially with this boys and girls charter school, that I can have an impact in my community. That's my legacy.
Okay. Proud of you, good brother. Proud of you. Proud of you.
We focus. Yes, I know that they are baby mothers. They are deadbeat dads. They are people living in poverty. But one thing about it, white supremacy is still oppressing people. But guess what? I ain't gonna let white supremacy have an effect on my household that I can have an impact in my community. So I don't focus on the negativity. I focus on what I can do to bring positive life and hope to others.
Okay. All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
I'm just a good dad. I just, you know what I'm saying? I go to work.
Let's get back to you, good brother. I feel you. You're a good dad. 6 baby mamas.
Hey, you know what's so crazy? Like, I don't know. I'm like, I ain't even gonna lie to you, brother. Like, my baby mamas, they got other men, but they love me.
Oh, wait. Pause. Listen. Before we even go any further.
You gotta let him go. Let him go, Q. Let him go.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. All right.
We're here now.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Keep speaking.
I guess everybody's situation, everybody, you can't speak on everybody's situation. Everybody's situation different when it comes to a baby mama. So I guess I just hit
Block Life. Wait, really quick, hold on. I got a Cash App message for Archie. They said, Archie, give me my Cash App money back.
Who is it?
The person that paid to drop it.
how old is it? Like 2 months. He bad. He get up. Hey, he be up. He about to get up in a minute. Little bad ass.
So you got women. Can we? Okay.
My oldest child is 13, brother. Yeah.
13. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I've been getting it in since a youngin.
You've been getting it in. Raw dog.
Yeah, big raw.
Yes. Yep. 6 baby mamas.
Hey, but you know what's so cool about my baby mamas though? Like we understanding, and you know what I'm saying? They know our work, they know I'm gonna do for them. They had the freshest J's, you know what I'm saying? Like I do for my kids, like that, and they love me for that.
J's ain't it though. Jay's ain't it though.
Jay's
No,
clothes, all that,
That ain't,
peppers,
I know
all that.
that ain't it. That ain't it.
I mean, I
understand it.
understand,
I
but I
understand
do
it,
it
but
all.
Jay's ain't it though, man. Jay's ain't it.
You say Jay's ain't it.
Good morning.
no. Yeah, because Jay's ain't it, bro. Listen, but neither here nor there about the J's and the Q's and
Said
whatever.
Jay's ain't it. All my
Yeah,
kids got the freshest J's.
listen, that
Hey,
means
bro.
nothing. Your kids'
And the
feet
roof
gonna
over
get
their
big in a
head.
minute, and them
I
J's
guess
gonna turn
y'all
into
older
hush
than me.
puppies.
I guess
Listen,
y'all
I'm
older
just
than me.
saying.
Y'all trying
Listen,
to teach me that old school knowledge
no,
shit.
it's not old school. We're not trying to teach you nothing. Actually, I don't want to teach you anything. You teaching yourself
Can
right now.
I do a public service announcement? I mean,
Yes,
it's
go
the
ahead.
fact of the matter that he's saying that he has 6 baby mamas and he like the raw dog. Everybody, please make sure y'all do y'all STD screening.
Who? I
'Cause
ain't never been burned.
Huh?
Never. Out of
Just
years,
saying,
and I
you say
lost my
you like to be
virginity
raw
at
dogging
12.
out here.
I've been
You don't
fucking
know
since
what
I
a
was
bitch
12,
got.
man. I ain't never been burned. That's on my daddy. Crossed my heart, hope to
I know,
die.
but
Never.
that's not
Ever.
A PSA.
that's not it though, sir. You doing something
Hey,
else.
hey, your opinion is my opinion, boss man.
But I'm
If
if
you
you listen to
please.
her, all I'm saying is if you listen to her, she's saying something else. You're kind of missing that, but I understand it. That's all.
There's no way you've been having sex since you was 12 years old.
Wait a minute, how old are you, good brother? How old are you?
28. I lost my virginity at 12.
Oh, you 28. And when an older person speak to you, how come you got to say, "Oh, this is the old school ways"? Why do you say that?
I don't know. That's just me. I did, me being stubborn, didn't listen. That's all.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. I mean, I mentor guys your age all the time, but I get it and I understand it. So at this point, when with the 6 kids, you have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, or you just going through life raw dogging it?
I got a 5-year plan, 10-year plan. I can't tell you my plan. That's
No, I
in
don't. I just want to know if you
that's
had
in a book of 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah,
Never tell nobody a plan.
Yeah, it got to be more than 5 years because right now he got a newborn, so it got to be more than 5 years. It can't be 5. Yeah,
And all my kids pretty. I got all like
that ain't the issue though, sir. You looking at
what's the issue then, boss?
being able to take care of them.
They take care of very well.
Yeah, but you kind of nothing.
You kind of spreading yourself thin. You got 6 baby mamas. How you gonna be,
I just want to ask you one question, and then I'm gonna leave it alone.
What's up?
So
brother?
you have 6 children, and at this point, do you have life insurance?
Yeah, I got life insurance. Hell yeah. Life insurance, car insurance. I've been on my shit since I was 18, brother.
No, I mean life insurance for like that'll take care of all those 6 children.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word on that.
Nah, you gotta understand, like, my mama don't play that shit. My mama she like, you gonna have these kids, like, at least she try to put me up on that. You know
So it's
what I'm
mama's
saying?
money.
Nah, it's my money. Shit, I wish my mama had some money. My mama kicked my ass out when I was 18. She just put me onto the life insurance shit, just try to help out.
You got insurance for them too, for the kids? All of them got insurance?
Duh.
I mean, don't get offended. That's just a question, man.
What type of question is that? Do your kids got
It's hell yeah, they got insurance, but that's kind of a legitimate question. If you got 6 kids and you're not involved with the mothers that way, you got to make sure that they got insurance.
I be hitting all my baby mamas to this day. They got boyfriends and all.
Oh my God.
That's wild. And you never
I'm
had
gonna
an
say it
STD.
again,
You're a
please,
liar.
y'all. Make sure y'all, ladies, please make sure y'all go get y'all STD screenings, cause it be men like that.
Oh
And then
God.
y'all be wondering why the hell y'all vaginas be smelling like.
Or why your
goddamn.
stomach been up?
But
Hurt.
like that's that younger generation where sex is just sex. They don't care. He's one of them. Like, oh, it's just sex. So what if you have a kid? He's displaying that. He's telling you 28. Yeah, that's mercy.
Nah, that's his mindset because I'm young too.
I'm with you. That mindset of like a
It's
kid
just
don't
a
matter. So what if
mindset.
that just whatever happens.
Bomba clad.
That's crazy. Well,
Look, I can't be up here. Look, I feel icky up there. Thank you, Diamond. I'll come back in a minute.
Nah, you know what, man? I can't even judge you. You gotta do your thing. Do what you do, right? But if the question of the day was, do you raising kings? If single mom was raising kings, how can that one right there? How can you answer that question right there? Like,
I mean, but
that's
you
just
know, Q, if he's doing what he's supposed to do, then yeah. But it's kind of way out there, man.
Say he got the Jezebel spirit.
But see, that's for him. It's almost like bragging about that. That's the flex. I got 6 baby mothers. Kind of.
I could understand if he was flexing, he all these kids because he had a plan like, all right, I'm about to start a store, I'm about to start a city, a community, and I got all these kids because this is my legacy I'm leaving behind. I'm gonna teach this one how to cook, this one how to grow, this one how to be a doctor. And he's starting a community, and that's why he got all them kids, so he can, sow his oaks into the earth and build. But just having kids just to have them is nasty work.
But unless we taking care of his kids, like what he do with his thing, I ain't never worried about what nobody else did with their thing. I don't have to care for them kids. I'm not the grandmama. I'm not none of the mothers of his children. So
nope.
why?
The only thing I'm just aware of as we've gotten older and understand is that those 6 kids eventually will be older, and the way they are being raised is going to be the question, right? And then our family structure as Black people already is confusing because a lot of us are sisters and brothers and don't even know it. And that's a whole nother dynamic of what we never even talk about and look at, right? And so he has 6 baby mamas, and we would hope that he would make sure all those kids stick together because family is everything, right? It's supposed to be. That's what I was always taught. And, it's a lot of responsibility to keep all of those kids in one circle, It's a lot to that dynamic. And I don't know if we have the time to even talk about it, but I'm gonna pray for him continuously. Anybody that's going through a situation like that. And like the other lady said, women, please check yourself. Make sure you go to the doctor frequently because that type of mentality is not good. That's not a positive thing. What is positive though is the fact that he says he's in their life now. What is positive is that he says that he has insurance for them. That is all positive. But the negative thing to me would be is if he's just doing it because he's young and he's got this energy to do it, because in the next 10 years is when he's really going to have to show up.
10.
So
you got one that's 30. He said 13. Not 10.
Yeah, you got 113 now.
13, so that's right around the corner. That's 5 to 6 years out the door or the next phase. That 13-year-old, you got 5 to 6 years, and they need to be ready. They need to be that.
Okay, so y'all. Hey, hold on 1 second, babe. Queen, honey, you say you wanted to say something to somebody?
You talking to me?
Immediately, yes. Immediately, yes. With your permission. With your permission.
Okay,
Hi, thank you, hon, thank you. I've just woken up and I just came across.
Right now, thank you. She's talking to me. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So Diamond, before I say what I got to say about this bobblehead heifer that I sent you the screenshot of, do I have your permission first to gather her all the way up after asking a pertinent follow-up question, please, beloved?
Oh yeah, you can talk to her.
Yes, great. So do you appreciate how I'm being your hype woman? Do you appreciate my efforts put forth, the capitalism that I have contributed to grow the Black Diamond brand, baby? Do you appreciate my efforts?
I do appreciate you,
So
yes.
let's get into it. Hey, you bobblehead, crooked wig wearing tongue look like it's in teeth jail right now. Baby, if Diamond don't have a problem with me, why do you have an issue with me? What did I do to you? Huh? What did I do to you? Nothing but be a hype woman for my girl. Now, baby, just because you don't have this gift, that's a you problem. But every time I'm up in this piece, when y'all pay to kick me, somebody loves me enough to bring me back because I bother y'all damn spirit. Now, if you got an issue with what I do, get your ass up here and keep the conversation engaging and support my girl. Until then, climb the highest point of Shut the Fuck Up Mountain. And once you reach the peak at the top of Fuck Up Mountain, I hope you trip and last ass first on a cactus that's crooked. And I hope you and I.
Hey, yo. What?
Have the day in the life that you deserve, beloved.
Period.
Oh,
Period.
the Queen spoke. The Queen
Period.
spoke.
Type shit. Period.
Oh, the Queen spoke. Oh,
Lord have mercy.
I don't even know who she was talking to, but they got read to filth.
oh my word. Oh. Oh, sorry.
Jesus is so ready for y'all to play with. Y'all need to call Sky Daddy's little bobblehead ass son, but don't play with me, sugar. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Call Jesus, not me, because I cuss bitches out all for free.
Hold on, let me correct. Let me say something, y'all. Hold on. Wait 1 second.
need Jesus.
Y'all, she is not talking to Sweet Sassy. She's not. Y'all, she's not talking to Sweet Sassy. But y'all, on that note,
I think I'm next. I think I'm
Reset.
no, she's not talking to Drop Queen either. No, she's not talking to Drop either. She's addressing someone else in the comments. It's not Drop or Sassy.
I must have missed all of that. Oh Lord.
Y'all being messy. She's not talking to either one of she's not talking to either one of those ladies. Okay, you're being messy. All right. So y'all, on that note, y'all, I gotta get out of here today a little bit earlier. All right. I got look at Auntie Queen. I got to go. I gotta go take care of some things.
Well, I just want to say, Diamond, good to see you again. I've been on hiatus. I'm working on the book, so I'm in the zone right now.
You been in the gym. You in the gym and everything. I know. Look, truth, fix your face. Truth, fix your face. I see y'all emojis, y'all. Fix your faces. Look, y'all, Hoover talking about Diamond, you got a Zoom meeting. Hoover, stop playing. Stop playing. No, y'all ain't gonna be bored now. I heard that what's the face? I heard James got these TikTok streets in a frenzy right now. So I don't think y'all gonna be bored.
Hey y'all.
So
no, I'm going to work now. It's time to go to work. Gotta make the donuts.
all right, Jermaine, honey.
See you later.
All right, babe. Y'all, look, they say, Diamond, what we gonna do? I just told y'all. I heard James is turning up over there. I don't know what's happening, but I heard he's turning up over there. Y'all listen, man. Y'all be safe in these TikTok streets. Okay, y'all be safe in these streets. Y'all hear me? Wait, I gotta go.
Everybody's going.
Thank you so much, Diamond. It is always an honor and a joy to share your space. As long as you don't have a problem with with how I perform and act and hype you up in your platform. The rest of these, I hope the rest of them, they get the rest of their life is short, curly, and shrimpy with splits on the end, and may they could be powdery for the rest of their natural black ass, uncomfortably built lives. But I love it.
I don't have a problem, babe. I don't.
Okay, thank you.
It's funny. I don't have a problem.
Good night,
Queen.
All right, babe. See you later.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Hating ass heifers.
Lord have mercy. Y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, but I love y'all, and I don't know. I gotta shoot tomorrow. I got a photo shoot and everything tomorrow. I gotta get ready for it. So I don't know. I might come on Bigo though. I might come on Bigo over the weekend sometime. I know for sure I'm gonna come on Bigo. So if y'all are following me on Bigo, I will go live on Bigo. And it will definitely be in the evening time. They say good luck. Yeah, because baby, listen, I was on there last night and I was trying to, hey, I'm gonna I'm gonna go live this weekend. Y'all got banned on Bigo? Why? Why y'all got banned on Bigo? Damn. You was acting a fool and fighting. So y'all, listen, I went live last night for the first time on Bigo. We was just learning how to do it. We wasn't turned up in there yet. So again, y'all, everybody follow me over there on Bigo. It is Black Diamond 1. Okay, Black Diamond 1. I love y'all. You guys are to all my supporters. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for y'all holding me down on TikTok and everywhere else I go, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And y'all see my subscriptions, 1,900. Y'all see my subscriptions, 1,900. Y'all see it. Tell them bitches to talk to me nice. All right, y'all.